Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Danganronpa, the 4th chapter's trial. It's gonna be fun. Man, I love this theme. You're ready to rock? I'm fucking ready to rock. Trial 4. Ooh, thanks for the drink, my man. Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. We've heard this a few times. Fat Q, yeah, rest in peace. She has an unusual texture for her cross. It's actually squared edges. Interesting. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is. That's Mikan, by the way. We can't see Mikan's faceplate, so I'm waiting a second. Look at everyone's crosses, like the crossed out names, and wait for Mikan's to show up. It's done slightly differently. So is Teru's. Teru's is a knife and fork. Anyway, during the class trial, you'll present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for whodunit. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened receives punishment. If you pick the wrong person, though... Oh. That's quite the mouthful, Monokuma, but what he's saying is he's going to punish everyone who isn't the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Now, I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go. Remember, these guys have only had like one meal in the last 4 days. Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu. Rabbit curry? Oh, I'm so sorry, Usami. Monomi now. Now Monomi. I'm so sorry. Rabbit curry. Sounds delicious, and I'm starving, so I'm willing to eat that. Who is the killer? We barely have any hints. You're right. I have no clue who the killer is right now. I have a couple ideas, but I actually need more evidence to validate for myself whether they're actually the killer. I'm not the main ingredient, right? I'm here today because Coach Mechamaru risked his life to protect me. I'll be the one who avenges him. I'll certainly find out who the killer is. Akane, I'm gonna be honest. Of all the people here, you are probably the dumbest person here. It's not your fault. You're clearly not gifted in that area. You're athletic, but you haven't been very useful other than to make random suggestions here and there throughout these trials. I'm definitely not tempted by the curry, okay? Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth. Why don't we try going over the incident? Good plan, Fihiko. We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I wanted to make sure we get a detailed understanding. I discovered Mechamaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Great Tower for Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me. Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki and they left early in the morning? That early in the morning? Don't tell me you three were together since last night! I'm not some woman with flexible legs. Is that a translation? Oh, of course, you're much classier than that. With legs like those, I could probably use some splits real easy. We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together. And then the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body. Body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over. We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck. So we decided to go to Strawberry Tower for the time being and head to Strawberry Hall. Yep. But someone broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that. Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone. Forget these boring intros, let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's obviously someone from Strawberry House. What do you mean, definitely? That's your evidence, Akane? That's your evidence? There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. It must be one of you from Strawberry House, dude. Hurry up, confess, or I'll break you all in half. You're the cruelest one here. Now, it's like a lover's quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions. Chiaki, yeah. The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions. Well, let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand, the weapon. The weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, guys? The weapon? You can totally tell just by looking. You can tell what the weapon is by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Is it gonna give me the pillar as an option? Let's see. Pillar or hammer? Tipped over pillar. The tipped over pillar, right? Oh, it's gonna be the new looking hammer, I bet. Guess we just figure out. Oh. Right at the scene of the crime. The pillar, huh? Oh, the hammer! The killer used the hammer. I mean, no, that's not even remotely true. Aoi's like tan girls, that's why Aoi's the best girl and Akane's the best here. I can't accept the hammer was the murder weapon. It's too clean. Oh, why can't you accept it? A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? With the hammer we used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least. That's a good argument. No blood on the hammer? That hammer was clean. That's why you can't accept it as the murder weapon. It's also not dented or dinged at all. Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later. What? Well, obviously to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon. Why bother cleaning the oil if they didn't want it to look suspicious? They would have discarded the hammer. Oh, you're pretty insightful, baby gangster. Baby gangster. Just so you know, I was trying to test you guys. No, you're a moron. Or the murderer. I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something. It seems that was a waste of time. What was the real weapon used to murder Mechamaru? It's the problem. There's nothing else at the crime scene that looks like a potential weapon. How about we look at it from a different angle? Good argument, Chiaki. If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon, so whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right? The actual weapon is oil, but if it's something at the crime scene that has oil on it, it's gonna be the broken pillar. The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar. Right? The only thing that had oil on it is the broken pillar. Everything else is pretty clean. I guess the ground had oil on it, but that doesn't really count. Then the pillar's the weapon. Coach Mechamaru got clobbered with the pillar. It's too heavy for basically anyone to lift. Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield as a weapon. Why? Wait, weren't you there, Akane? You were literally there, Akane. We tried to move it, right? You were literally there, Akane. See what I mean? Akane, not always the most helpful. It's no use, it's barely budging. Didn't I tell you? The pillar was fucking heavy. Or pretty frickin' sorry. They'll drop their own F-bombs. There's one dude who could lift that pillar. Who are you talking about? Coach Mechamaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy. So we lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself? You mean Mechamaru killed himself? Don't be stupid. He had the time to commit suicide. Even if Mechamaru could have lifted the pillar, it has nothing to do with this case at all. I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Really? Really? It does bother me a little bit. The word suicide. Yes, because it's mirroring the other school, and it's apparently ruled as a suicide. Yep, thanks, Nagito. By the way, the fourth murder of the killing school life was apparently ruled as suicide. Well, yeah. The fact that the killings are mirroring the first game is in fact a concern and sort of like a plot point here. Because the first three were in fact identical, and it's been pointed out in the story that they're all following similar patterns. That shouldn't matter. There's no way Mechamaru would commit suicide. That's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of. Thank you, Sonia. There may be a weapon to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it. You can knock it over and have it fall on someone. For real? Yes, for real. So my gut was right after all. Alright, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove the pillar as the murder weapon. Understood. I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go. Oil, shift over pillar, broken doorknob, good night button. What do we actually want? Pillar fragments? Tipped over pillar, good night button? I'm not quite sure. There's no need to lift that pillar. Yeah, that's accurate. If the pillar was not lifted, Beating with it beyond a dream. No, not necessarily. What about tipping the pillar? That seems possible. They aimed right at his head and bullseye. It's gonna be a sleeping thing. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force. Yep, that's probably accurate. Oh, get hella sick. Wait, what? Is that really it? No, no. Okay, our options are... Let's fast forward. Tipping the pillar. I think tipping's wrong. The pillar's weight. We might have to pick up pillar's weight. I think that makes more sense. I'm gonna go with fragments. 1 second. Wait, that didn't hit? How did that not hit? I like pillar fragments more than the weight. I'm gonna try pillar fragments. There we go. Hey, we got it first try. Nice. If Mechamaru was crushed by the pillar, there should have been fragments on top of his body. Thank you, Hajime. Fragments? Fragments? And thank you, Hajime, for explaining it exactly the way I wanted to do it. The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Monokuma's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body. Bit of a problem, isn't it? See, if the pillar just fell on him, surely there wouldn't be anything under his back. Definitely not fragments of rock, right? Thank you, Chiaki. I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened. I see. Entirely my bad. Okay, Sonia. Oh, no. Mechamaru's. If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Mechamaru with that pillar? How much longer are you gonna focus on that pillar? Just let it go already. There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive Mechamaru was killed by that pillar. Why are you so certain about that? I just have a feeling. A feeling. That's just your instinct. We can't say for sure the instinct is wrong, can we? There's another way to use the pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it. Is that true? I shall ask you. What way is that? The same as usual. He's the luckiest dude. He is an ultimate. He should be less depressed now that he knows we're not an ultimate, right? You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you stand there and falter. A waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the future foundation? You make me sick. Or sorry, you make me laugh. I just assumed it was the sick, because sick's the traditional line. Whoops. What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you, so I guess I should lend a hand. Hey Nikito, what happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore? Is it time for the reveal? I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame. You think someone ambushed him while he was lifting the pillar? That's possible. What do you mean? Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill. Well, first of all, the pillar itself isn't enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible. A specific item? Of course, the ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon. Ultimate weapon. Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room? So Nikito knows what the ultimate weapon is? Yep. Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know? We've seen it? That's right, you've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon! I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows from the chaos with the sword of victory. But he actually said Excalibur in Japanese. I distinctly heard Excalibur. I distinctly heard him say Excalibur. It's only fitting I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon. Why would you translate Excalibur into Sword of Victory in English? Like, Excalibur's an English legend. That doesn't make any sense. If anything, it should be Sword of Victory in Japanese and Excalibur in English. Oh well. Oh no! Oh, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon since you wield your 4 dark days of destruction. I don't know how to do Sonia's voice for that. She seems way too excited. 10 out of 10, Sonia. See. I don't know why, but I'm not liking this. He's Excalibur. Excalibur. Oh my god, don't say it like that. I'm getting Excalibur's voice from Soul Eater in my head. Oh my god. I don't know why I didn't get Artoria. I got Soul Eater Excalibur's voice actor. Oh, that's painful. That's every episode of that. Yeah, his DVA is Dio. It's so great. It's so painful, but it's so great. Alright, Simp's not liking that. Cut the bullshit and say it clear. What's the ultimate weapon? In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse. Huh? The secret of the funhouse? You still don't realize it? Get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? I forgot, except for Hajime, of course. Except for Hajime. If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys. Excalibur, Excalibur, from the United Kingdom. I'm looking for him. I'm going to California. Excalibur, Excalibur. Anyway, let's first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? But I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Good call, Sonia. That's pretty much the only thing you could guess. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. In actuality, they're both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. Correct, so far.
そんなウルトラシーな構造こそがドッキリハウスの秘密で間違いありません。
It's undeniable, such a sweet building structure. It's the secret of the fun.
いやはや、その完璧なロジックもさることながら、ソニアさんの美声は本当に癒されますね。
Man, not only does that make perfect sense when Miss Sonia's voice is just so soothing.
もちの論です。良きに計らってください。
Faux show! Faux show! Faux show! Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion. I wasn't seeing her. Wasn't imagining her saying faux show at any point. That's great. I almost want to hear that line in English. The two hoses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought at first, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Yeah. Wire, good night button, tip door, pillow, fusing goes account, broken doorknob, strange feeling in tower. What a strange feeling in tower is a bullet. Hold up. Okay, it's gonna be a strange feeling in tower, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be a strange feeling in tower. In truth, Strawberry Towers are actually the exact same place. That's not wrong. I mean, it's not quite right. The walls are different colors. Oh, I missed something apparently. We already settled this problem. Okay, that's one of these is right. Probably the first bullet. Damn. There we go. Got it. I just Saber's XP with the Excalibur song into the Chan. Inspiration striking me for a YouTube video. Inspiration is striking me for a YouTube video. You think you're getting Excalibur? You think Saber's yelling Excalibur and you get Dio instead? I should go find a clip of that. I wonder if I can find how long it would take me to find a clip of that. There's only like 2 episodes with Excalibur in it, right? He like only shows up in a couple episodes of Soul Eater. Oh, those towers, are they really the same place? Why do you ask now? Do you harbor a grudge against my king? Because my kingdom destroyed your homeland? What? What? Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion. Doesn't it seem strange? So when we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Mechamaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall. That's kind of weird. It's almost like the tower rotates. Or it's probably some kind of trick like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see, it could have passed in the same place, right? So, what do you think? Then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer? Does that mean he's wrong? I guess I've said too much. Ghetto, you're being a dick. If the floor didn't rotate, that means we need to think about the structure of the building again. Oh, what? Looks like we're fighting someone.
ではこのサインならどうでしょう。誰かが2台さんの死体を移動させたのです。
Sony, you're not that. Please tell me Sony's not that stupid. But this someone moved Mechamaru's body. That makes no sense. While we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we're all together. Even if they tried to move the body in the tower.
ではモノクマさんの仕業です。 私たちが移動している間に、
That doesn't make
モノ
sense.
クマさんがせっせと中のものを移動させたのです。
By moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
移動したのは2台の死体だけじゃないんだぞ。
Mechamaru's body wasn't the only thing that moved. The pillar moved. The blood moved.
重くて運べないなら転がせばいいんですよ。
If it's too heavy, let them roll it.
パンがなければスナック菓子を食べればいい。
If there's no
それ
bread,
と
let
一
them
緒
eat
なの
cake.
です。
Well, I'm about to cut you down. Tipped our pillar, looking camera, pillar fragrant, broken doorknob. Wait, oil on the floor, I guess. It's either oil on the floor or broken doorknob. I don't know.
物を動かすだけならいくらでも方法はあるはずです。柱なんて転がせばいい。
Pillar could have been rolled.
2台さんもパーツで分けて運べばよいのです。モノクマさんの仕業で決まりです。
I decree it was Monokuma's doing. Advance! Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. Might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
日向さんはお忘れのようですね。モノクマさんは意外に力
Monokuma is surprisingly strong.
熊型ロボットのパワーがあれば柱や死体など現場
The
のものを
body,
全て
everything at the crime
で
scene.
動かせたはずです。
Ooh, okay. I need to cut. She's going back to the original topic.
死体や物を動かすだけなら
Okay, we're gonna use a different sword. We're gonna use the oil on the floor.
柱なんて転がせばいいだけですし、2台さんもパーツで分けて運べばよいのです。モノクマさんの仕業で決まりです。
Okay, advance. Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time? Not possible. Hard for Monokuma, especially the blood, right?
日向さんはお忘れのようですね。モノクマさんは意外に力持ちの未来の熊型ロボットのパワーがあ
Near
れ
the
ば
foot.
柱や死体など現場のものはす
That's getting cut. It's Sonya's turn to hold the idiot ball, and we're gonna cut her down. Which queen was it that said let them eat cake? I'm pretty sure she got cut. She got executed. Pretty sure she got executed. Was that Antoinette? Was that Antoinette getting executed for saying that? Pretty sure that was Marie. Moving the body and the pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor. Bested. When the position of Mechamaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil moved too. Physically moving all the oil like that's simply not possible, no matter how you look at it. Sean's waifu, chop chop. It's impossible to think it was moved.
すみませんでした。私としたことがすっかり暑苦しくなってし
I'm
まって。
sorry. Can't believe I got so fired up.
大丈夫ですよ。暑苦しいソニアさんも素敵でしたから。
It's alright. A fired up Miss Sony is awesome to watch.
結局どうなったんだ？二つのタワーは同じ建物じゃねえってことか？
What really happened? Does that mean the two towers are the same building?
そうとも言い切れないよね。
You can't be certain of that either.
電子生徒手帳だけをタワーに残す実験が見事に成功しちゃってた以上はね。
Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
ああ、ちゃんと手帳は残ったままだったな。だから二つのタワーは同じ建物ってことになったんだ。
Yeah, the handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building. That's why we thought the two towers were the same.
同じ建物でも別の建物でもねえならどういうことだよ。
They're not the same building or two different buildings. What are they? Come on, Chiaki, you can do it. No idea, huh? This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. We don't have enough clues. Yes, we do. The only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has the clues. Nikito.
そうじゃないかと思ったよ。
It's an elevator. Even I figured that out. Come on. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
いいよ。ドッキリハウスの秘密を解き明かすための大ヒントを教えてあげよ
Fine, I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse. Do the Unlimited Bladeworks chant from the top of my head to make a reality marvel? That's not going to help us in this trial.
ヒントじゃなくて答えを言えっつうの。
Give us the answer, not a friggin'
う。
hint.
それだと意味ないんだよ。
Then it wouldn't mean anything.
君たちにはちゃんと学級裁判をやってもらわないとね。
I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
僕が見極めるためにも必要なことだからさ。
See, I know most of the lines of the chant. Being the bone of my sword isn't useful. Steel being my body, fire being my blood, not useful. Creating over 1,000 blades doesn't really matter since we don't have access to them right now. Not being known to life nor known to death, not super helpful. Anyway. And praying Unlimited Blade works. Well, you know what? That might kill Monokuma for now. If we create enough swords, maybe we'll live for 5 minutes. Honestly, it'd just be better to, but we can't kill everyone, remember? Monokuma doesn't let you do that. It's cheating. That said, being a counter guardian might be pretty helpful. Alright, it's important for me, so help me determine something. Determine? Oh yeah, we've also withstood a lot of pain to create mini weapons. I probably shouldn't have forgot that one. Easy to forget when you're rewriting parts of it on the fly. But none of those things, except for withstanding lots of pain, would help. But even then, we're still gonna die, and we'll die like Emiya did, executed by Monokuma. He's just too strong. So why did Nikito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to you? How do we know your hint's any good? It's suspicious if you're the only one who knows it. But I guessed it. I have a good reason for that. Yeah, the reason nothing else knows is because I was the one who performed the appropriate action. Performed an appropriate action to learn what he's talking about. A life-threatening game. You're talking about the final dead room, right? Question, if I made a reality marble on top of my computer, what would happen to the computer? Would it temporarily cease to exist and the stream would end? Or would I just stop? Or would you just stop hearing audio from my end as I entered another texture of reality? Because I assume the computer would count as an object, right? And wouldn't be transferred in with me? Only I would vanish, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, yes? That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there's a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small, conspicuous window waited all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery. Strange scenery? Instead of explaining it, it might be faster to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room. You took a picture? Yep. A stream would go on, but a stream without server is practically dead. Yeah, I don't know, it'd be pretty impressive if I was on cam, cast Unlimited Bladeworks, and just disappeared. That would be pretty cool, right? That'd be a kick-ass magic trick. Mikito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket. See? This is it. As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture. Let me explain to you again.
僕がこれを撮影したのはストロベリーハウスの1階ファイナルデッドルームの奥にある隠し部屋からだよ
I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House from the secret room within the final dead room. Ooh. Means I'm right. You should try it now. Do I have to say it with all of Emiya's emphasis? Can I fast track it? Can I fast track it? Alright. Don't you think it's weird? I bet Crony and Ina would vanish that way. Just disappear. Poof. Let's see. Say it with Emiya's emphasis. I wish we were doing Stay Night. I wish we were doing Stay Night again so I could have an excuse to read it. I know it off the top of my head, but I'm like, I don't feel like doing the emphasis. I suppose I should say it just to prove I can say it. Alright, if the final structure is what you guys have been thinking. They should. But nobody else does it. Wait, was holy, what was her face? Crony. Did Crony use Emiya's emphasis? I don't think so. Pretty sure she said it pretty flat. She was just like, I am the bone of my sword. Steel is my body, fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades. Unknown to life, nor known to death, have withstood pain to create many weapons, but these hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. Be a fucking British weeb shit, senpai. Say it in the most Japanese way you can. Be a fucking weeb shit, senpai. There's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right? Do they? I mean, it looks like a giant elevator is in front of us, because there's nothing else that's around. Unless it's our hex room. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in the picture. Let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time? Okay. What doesn't make sense in this picture? It's the tower, right? There's only one tower in the picture. We've been thinking all wrong. Which means it's not natural at all, don't you agree? What? It's not the tower? Is it their height? Is it their height above the ground? Is that what it's gonna say? He said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final room. That's kind of what I wanted to imply. Was that since we can see 3 floors and it caps there, but we can also see the stuff below us, we're actually above ground right here. Ina did it pretty good, but she used her own version. I see, I see. If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House. It should have been. It should have been. I think if I was going to, if I'm gonna do it in that voice, I'd rather do it with the text up because it's easier for me to read along to it rather than trying to rely on it from memory and screwing it up while I'm actively trying to do a voice. It's definitely strange. Yeah. That's my main concern. If I try to do the voice at the same time, I'm actually worried I'm gonna screw up the whole one of the lines. I'll probably skip a line or something, focusing on emphasizing correctly. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggested it was taken from higher up. You're correct. It's above the ground, which is why I clicked the tower, because clearly the tower is the most relevant thing in the picture, but they wanted a little bit more specific. Just say it like Jesus did. Now I should rewrite Jesus's death and rebirth in Unlimited Bladeworks format. Would it be Unlimited Prayer Works? Unlimited Forgiveness? Ina singing the pancake song is a thing. She is saying the unlimited lyrics is like, I know, I've seen the video, you guys showed me it, but I see, is that it? But I know you guys have showed me it, but I just thought I got an amusing thought that Jesus could rewrite it for his own ends. That would be funny. Nikito said there's lots of things here that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. Oh? What doesn't make sense in this picture? I answered this earlier, I might have to look at the photo was not taken on the first floor. What else doesn't make sense? It's the tower. No, there's only the forest? What? Why is it the sky? Why is the sky relevant? I'm a little bit confused why the sky is relevant. Behind the tower there's no center building? Oh. I was thinking they were already reaching that conclusion, my bad. Okay, that makes sense. I thought they realized that because they're above the first floor, that means that the second building was below them. I didn't realize their logic was off so poorly. They're still having to work from that. I wouldn't, like, the characters are slightly behind me, and I keep thinking they're further ahead than they are, even though we haven't proved that. Still, we're getting most of it, right? We got the conclusion, right? We just need to follow through with it. Alright. The structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was. In theory, there should be a building right across. It's Dangan, they're dumbasses. Sometimes they're pretty smart. Sometimes they're pretty smart. Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should be able to see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all. That's right, good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower. And our second evidence, which we haven't presented yet, is the fact that Nagito somehow got to us without traversing the elevator or the center room. Which means they have to be connected in some other way, shape, or form. Are you saying what Grape House is merely an illusion cast by Monokuma's cursed eye? From this point on, do your own thinking. How you finally met the same requirements as me. You guys are truly symbols of hope. You can easily solve a simple mystery such as this. I'm with him, actually. Solve it. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know the other clue. Other clue? Is he talking about that one time? Why, hello, Hajime. Akito, why are you here? Oh, I showed up? Showed up? How'd you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
お前が突然マスカットハウスの2階に現れた時のことを言ってるんだよな。
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Great Fest,
ちなみ
right?
に聞いておくけどさ、
Asking you just to be safe.
僕はどこから来ちゃったんだと思う？
At that time, where do you think I came from?
上の階からでしょ？
Top floor, right?
目ざといね。気づい
Such
てたん
sharp
だ。
eyes. So you realized it already.
上の階って3階からか？
The third floor?
ですが、マスカットハウスの3階にはモノクマ資料室しかなかったはずですよ。
But the Monokuma archive should be the only floor. The only room on the third floor with
これ
Great
どう
Fest.
いうことだろうね。
Oh, what could that mean? Was that just another hint to figure out the mystery behind the funhouse structure? It was. The reason Nagitu appeared from the third floor. Using the photo we took, I might be able to find the answer if I think about it. Alright. Brainstorm time? Yeah, it's logic dive. Alright. We know the answer. They're stacked on top of each other, but let's find out. Let's find out how we reach that conclusion. How dumb are we? Oh, I thought that would be the question and I slowed down. Oops. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay. Question 1. Here we go. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? What? How is that a question? If it says they don't exist because they're the same building, I'd be pissed. Alright. They exist. That's a dumb question. They're not illusions in our mind. Oh, shit. Alright. There we go. No, there we go. Hit it. Alright. Question 2. Are Strawberry House and Grape House the same building or two different buildings? They're the same building. Let's not be stupid. They're the same building. Let's not be stupid. Okay. Turbo boost. Boost. Jump. Boost. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, made it. Question 3. How are Strawberry and House positioned with each other? Well, that's straightforward. There was only one question there. How was that difficult? That was probably the easiest brain blast we've had yet. Oh, we have to go for another puzzle. And there we go. Alright. They exist, they're the same building, and they're positioned vertically. Thank you. That was a lot of effort to reach this point. Brain blast! I got it! I know the secret of the funhouse!
じゃあ聞かせてもらおうか。
Let's hear it. What kind of answer will you give me? I want.
どんな答えを出すのかな。
He's suddenly so arrogant after respecting our ability to find so much out.
マスカットハウスが見当たらない。
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all.
だったらマスカットハウスはどこにあった
So
の
where did Grape House go?
考えられる可能性は一つだ。ストロベリーハウスからは見えない
Exactly.
位置にあったんだ。
There is one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House.
つまりストロベリーハウスとマスカットハウスは同じ建物の中の別の階に存在してたんだ。
Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are the same building but on different floors. Same building, different floors.
じゃああの2つのハウスは3階建ての別々の建物なんかじゃなくて
The two houses aren't different. 3-story buildings.
実は6階建ての1つの建物だってのか
Or actually one 6-story
そう
building?
考
Yep.
えると狛枝がさっきの写真を撮影したストロベリーハウスがある場所もはっきりするんだ。
If you think about it, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located. The floors below, right?
しまった。
No, that would contradict the photo. What? What? It's clearly below us. Oh, Strawberry House! The house he was in, my bad. It's the floors above Grape House. Grape House is on the bottom. We were taking the picture from Strawberry. My bad.
ストロベリーハウスがあったのはその場所なんだ。
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located.
そのせいでストロベリーハウスの1階で撮った写真がこんな高所からの写真になったんだ。
I thought we were in Grape House because we're in Grape House, right? Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high
ここ
angle.
はストロベリーハウスの1階であると同時にマスカットハウスの上にある4階でもあったからだ。
Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is the 4th floor above Grape House. Plus, you know, he fell into a rough floor.
2つのハウスが縦につながっていたなんて驚き桃の木20世紀です。
I never expected the two houses were connected vertically.
けどよ
What about the shape of the building?
どうなるんだよ
The two houses were completely different
形が
shapes.
まるで違うんだぞ
That's why there's no windows. Another reason.
ストロベリーハウスは四角形でマスカットハウスは六角形だったか。
Strawberry House is 4-sided and Grape is 6-sided, right? Guess what? 6-sided shapes.
形の違う建物だから同じ建物とは考えにくい。ま
It never occurred to us they were the same building. They're structured with two different shapes.
四角形と六角形っていう別の形をしているせいで同じ建物って発想が生まれにくくなってた。
Quadrilateral and hexagon overlaid on top of each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. It's a pretty good plan, except you forget that there's just adds a little bit of space there. They stack perfectly fine though.
私たちだってそうだったよね。
It worked, didn't it? Yeah, you can stack hexagon on rectangle. Prism, easy.
2つのハウスは別の建物だって思い込んでたもんね。
Disregarding the tower, we fully believe the two houses were separate, distinct buildings.
そんなドッキリハウスの特徴的すぎる構造を隠すために
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse,
モノクマは僕らをあそこに連れて行くときわざわざ眠らせて外観を見せないようにしてたんだよ
Monokuma put us to sleep so we wouldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
ドッキリ大成功。
You've just been Kuma'd! Kuma'd! You've been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a funhouse? It's true. The building really was like that. That's right. That's right. Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building. Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge. How horrible.
だったら
What
タ
about
ワー
the
の
towers?
どうなってんだハウスと同じようにタワーも縦に重なってるのか
What about the towers? Are they arranged vertically like the houses?
ああ、ストロベリータワーとマスカットタワーも同じ建物の別の階にあったはずだ。
Yeah. Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have been different floors inside the same building. The tower is an elevator, right?
マスカットハウスの上にストロベリーハウスがあったのと同じように、
Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House.
マスカットタワーの上にストロベリータワーがあったんだよ。
Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower. Yep.
だが同じ建物の別の階ということならなぜ未来の死体はそのどちらにも存在していたのだ
However, if there are different floors in the same building, why was Mechamaru's body in both places?
ああハムスターちゃんにはそんなこともわかんねえのか
Oh, your precious hammies don't know, but it's so simple.
この俺がビシッとその謎を解明してやるソニアさん見ててくださいね
Alrighty then, I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
そうですか。
I see.
どうぞ。
Do whatever you like.
振り向かせてやる
I'll
活躍して絶対に振り向かせてやる
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me. Xenon would be like this with Akane, I'm sure. Alright, strange feeling in tower. Maybe? It might be the doorknob. We'll see.
俺がビシッと謎を解いてやる
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
早く始
Hurry
めろ
up,
や
dumbass.
多分どっちかの
One of the bodies is in one of the towers. What?
実はダミーの
Was actually a dummy.
偽物の死体ってことか。
In a fake
死ん
body.
だ未来の体は機械だった
Monokuma died with a mechanical
補
body.
充があればダミーを作ること
Should
が
be
可能
possible to construct a dummy from spare
さすが
parts.
は田中さんです。
You're magnificent, Gun. You're magnificent,
ダ
Gun.
メーぞ活躍泥棒だ
How fair, you stole my spotlight.
ねどっちがダミー
So
の
which
死
is
体
the
なんだ
fake
よ
one, Donnie?
うるせえそんなのどっちでも一緒だ
Okay. That was obviously wrong.
俺がビシッと謎を解いていいから早く始めろ多分どっちかの実はダミーの死体だ
That was obviously wrong. There was no way anything else was wrong, right? God, it seems like strong people who can beat her.
2台の死体はダミーなんかじゃない。
God, I wouldn't notice it. That's fair enough.
物語ってたはずだ。
So it'd be exactly the same situation, except Sonia might be ignoring him consciously now. I'm pretty sure Sonia's ignoring Kazuichi intentionally at this point. Mechamaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account. Me.
ほら、俺たちがマスカットタワーからストロベリータワーに移動した時だ。
Remember when we moved to Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower? The oil slid, everything was reversed?
俺たちは死体が移動したと思い込んで。そこでお前は言った
And that's when you said it might be an elevator? We thought the body had moved, and that's when you said. Just that the parts I carefully arranged when I disassemble the body, I'll move too.
お前はその直前までマスカットタワーで2台の体を分解してたよな。
Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Mechamaru's body at Grape Tower, right?
お前がどう分解するかなんてわからないのに、それと同じダミーを用意しておけるはずがないだろう。
The killer couldn't have known how you take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy. Come on, Baka.
ダミーを用意したのがソーダさん自身なら話は別ですけどね。
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story. That's true. Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke.
冗談ですよね。
You're joking,
大
right?
丈夫。ソーダくんは犯人じゃないよ。
It's alright. Kazuichi's not the killer.
だってソーダくんが犯人なら連絡エレベーターやいちご回廊のスイッチを修理しないでしょ。
He was. He wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Tower.
壊れたままの方が犯人にとってはずっと都合がいいんだしさ。
It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed
そう
broken.
ですか。残
I
念です。
see. That's disappointing. Imagine Sonia being like, that's disappointing, you're not the killer. I kinda wanted you dead. Oof. I'm even more disappointed.
だが2台の死体がダミーではないと分かったところで肝心の答えが出ないのでは意味がないぞ。
However, even if Mechamaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if you don't have an important answer.
別の階にある2つのタワーの両方に2台の死体があった理由。
Reason Mechamaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
単純に移動しただけじゃないかな。
It was simply moved.
死体が別の階に移動したってのか。
Body moved to a different floor?
ほら、そういう装置に心当たりない？
Alright, guys.
同じ建物の別の階に移動する装置だよ。
Can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building? A device like that. An escalator. No. A dumbwaiter? No. A pulley system. That's gotta be it. A device that transports things to different floors in the building. A ramp, perhaps? Stairs? A ladder? No, the ladders are no good for that. This is a tough one. I feel like I've seen that before. Alright, let's do this. This is like English 102, right? Hold up. Elevator. Okay. It actually is okay. Alright. L-E. We need that at some point, but not now. Oh shit, I blew up the art, my bad. I can spell it, I was just like getting overwhelmed by options. My bad. Alright. Chair, of course. Chairs! Oh, I forgot. Climb on chairs.
エレベーターのことだな。
Must be talking about an elevator. It's a recent invention, it's fair, they don't know what it is.
2台の死体はエレベーターを使って移動したというのか。
What? You're saying Mechamaru's body was transported using an elevator?
エレベーターなんてどこにあるの？
Where's the elevator anyway?
あのタワー自体だよ。
The tower itself.
きっとあのタワーの内部が丸ごとエレベーターになってたんだ。
The inside of the tower is one big elevator. My god.
つまりあのタワーはエレベーターのように内側の部屋が上下する仕組みだったんだ。
Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator.
それならいちご回廊から入ったとしてもぶどう回廊から入ったとしても
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall,
同じ部屋にたどり着けるはず
it
だ
all leads to the same room, right?
片方から入れるときに
That's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
あのタワー自体がエレベーターだったか
It makes sense, doesn't it,
そうい
Pikachu?
やたまに回廊のスイッチを押してから扉が開くまで時間がかかった時があったけど
Now that you mentioned it, sometimes when I press the door button, it took a while for it to open.
あれはエレベーターみてえに部屋の到着を待ってたんだな。
I see. So we're basically waiting for the room to arrive, like an elevator.
ちょっと待ってください。あのタワーの内部がエレベーターのように上下していたのなら、
Oh, hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator,
どうしてマスカットタワーの時に奥の扉にあったイチゴのマークが、
why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower?
ストロベリータワーの時にはブドウのマークになっていたのですか？
And a picture of a grape on the back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower. That's called Misdirection, Sonia.
エレベーターのように中の部屋が動くだけならそこにある扉が変わるはずないな
Does Murmosa just show up anywhere else in Fate besides Grand Order? No, he's a new character unique to Grand Order, Xenon. If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
しかも事件後のマスカットタワーには奥の扉にチェーンが巻かれていましたよね。
This is called a red herring, Sonia. Plus, what's the incident in the far back tower? Back door in Grape Tower had chains for it, right? Yes, it did.
ですがストロベリータワーに行ってみたらそのチェーンもなくなっていました。
When we opened Strawberry Tower, the chains were gone.
それだけじゃねえよな
Not just that, but I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
はずだ
違和感だらけだな本当に
There are too many strange things.
エレベーターだったの
That
か
tower really an elevator?
人や物を見るときは悪いところよりいいところを見ましょう。
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad. What? What did you say?
だからさ、何が変わったかは置いといて、変わってないものに目を向けてみようよ。
Put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
それに
Okay.
何の意味があるんだ
Why do we have to do that?
いいからいいか
It's
ら。
fine.
ほら、変わってないものにはどんな共通点があったっけ？
What does everything that hasn't changed have in common? Things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about this stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact they moved with the elevator. The one thing they all have in common, they were all on the floor.
そうかすべて床にあったものってことでいいのか
Is it safe to say items on the floor didn't change? I think so. And?
で
And?
奥の扉はどうして別のものに変わったのか、そこまでたどり着ければ答えは分かったも同然だよ。
Why did the picture on the back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer.
その答えはね、あのエレベーターの特徴にあったんだよ。
The reason is because the elevator has something unique about it. Oh? There's something unique about the elevator? Only the floor moves?
そうかそうかあのエレベーターは床だけが動く仕組みだったんだな
That's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moves. That was pretty straightforward.
床だけが動く
You just realized you don't need MLG. Yeah, you don't need limit broken. For 50 star gauge, you can use the pens. Yep. Isn't it great? Only the floor moved? That's right.
今日は部屋全体がエレベーターになってたわけ
It's
じゃ
not
な
a
くて
box elevator, it's a floor
動いてた
elevator.
のは床だけだったんだよ
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. Yep.
だから俺たちはそれぞれのタワーでそれぞれ別の扉を見てたんだ
That's why we saw different doors in each tower.
つまり1階のマスカットタワーの時は奥の壁にイチゴマークの扉があって
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design.
4階の
And on the
ストロベリー
fourth
タワー
floor,
の時には
a different
奥の
door
壁に
had a
別の
grape
ブドウマー
design.
クの扉があったってことだ
Thank you, Hajime.
じゃあその別々の扉はどこに繋がってたんだ
And where do the different floors lead? Good question. They don't lead anywhere.
外に繋がってたって言いたいところだけど、
Thank you, Chiaki.
多分ただの飾りだと思う。
Honestly, they lead outside, but they're probably just for show. Good call, Chiaki.
ただの飾りなんて、どうしてそんなものを作る必要が
Just
あ
for
る
show?
の？
Why was something like that necessary?
その扉が
We'd falsely believe the doors were connected with where their picture signified. Obviously.
実際効果てきめんだったよね。そのせいで私たち
Actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building structure.
よくわかんねえけ
I
ど
don't get it, but I guess it means whoever designed the building
ひん曲がってるって
had a totally twisted personality. Is that an insult to Monokuma?
さあものみ
Did you hear that, Monomi? Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
責任を取ってください。では責任を取ってお前を抱こう。
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you. There's no way it's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
ちなみにさ、あれにはどんな意味があったんだ？マスカットタワーの奥の扉にあったチェーンだよ。
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Great Tower
あ
mean?
れは僕らをストロベリータワーから遠ざけるために犯人が巻いておいたんだろうね。
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us so as far from Strawberry Tower as
俺
possible.
らを遠ざけるため
Why?
実際あのチェーンがあったせいでみんなはあそこには入れないって思い込んでたよね。
What's that chain? You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right? Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you repair the button, what's gonna happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Yeah, but I have a question. I know we're dumb, but does nobody realize that they can just remove the chains? Did no one try to just remove the chains? It's not like there's a keypad lock, was there? Door at least the Strawberry House is a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button, the door won't open as long as the chain's there. Show us the doorknob again. Show us the doors again. You don't need to worry about it. I don't. What?
犯人がイチゴ回廊のスイッチを壊したのもそう。
The
僕ら
killer.
をストロベリータワーから遠ざけるための。
Exactly, Nikita. The killer destroyed Strawberry Hall buttons so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower.
すべては僕らをドッキリハウスの秘密から遠ざけるための偽装工作だったんだよ。
Everything was done to tamper with evidence so we wouldn't find out the secret of the funhouse.
タワー内に死体が出現したことによってそれまで考えられてた構造とは矛盾が生じてしまう。
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building.
あの状況でみんながストロベリータワーに行けばその矛盾を目の当たりにすることになってしまう。
In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we would have seen the contradiction firsthand.
そしてその違和感を手がかりに僕らが真相にたどり着いてしまうかもしれない。
Using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth.
2つのハウスと2つのタワーが共に縦につながる1つの建物だったという真相にね。
That those two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building.
犯人はそれを避けたかった。だから僕らをストロベリータワーから遠ざけたんだ。
The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
そのためにスイッチを壊したり扉にチェーンをしてたのか。
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that.
建物の構造を知られると犯人にとって不都合なことでもあったのですか？
Would it really inconvenience the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
大いにあったはずだよ。
Would have been a major inconvenience.
だって
After all,
このドッキリハウスの秘密は二代君を殺した極上の凶器につながってるから
this
ね。
funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Mechamaru.
待て、そこに話を進めるのはまだ早いぞ。
Hold on.
建物の構造に関する矛盾点がまだ残っている。
You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
めんどくせえ。
Hey, it's fine already.
田中さん、よろしくお願いします。
Gundam, please proceed.
さっき、ストロベリーハウスとマスカットハウスが縦に重なっていると言ったな。
You said earlier Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right?
であれば、両ハウス間を移動するための連絡エレベーターはどうなっていたのだ？
If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other? I see, now that you mentioned, I completely forgot that matter. Gonna go around the outside somewhere.
あの連絡エレベーターも縦に移動していたのであれば
If the elevator moves vertically,
それぞれのハウスで連絡エレベーターを背にした場合同じ方向にタワーがなければおかしいはずだ
when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side.
だが実際はどうだ
But does this reflect reality?
マスカットハウスではエレベーターを背にして右手側にブドウ回廊があったが
Inside Grape House, Grape Hole is on your right when your back is to the elevator. I believe they introduced this literally when they commented that the elevator is so quiet they couldn't tell what if they were moving or what direction they were moving in. They're like, what if we're moving sideways? So I'm guessing that's what they're gonna say now.
ストロベリーハウスでは連絡エレベーターを背にして左手側にイチゴ回廊があったぞ
And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hole is on your left when your back is to the elevator.
つまりそれぞれのハウスにおけるタワーの位置関係が真逆になっているということだ
Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower.
これは一体どういうことだ
Answer me, fiend, what does this
どう
mean?
いうことなんですか？
This mean? What does this mean? Agree, what does this mean? The two houses are connected vertically. The position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. When my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break this contradiction? We're on rails, buddy. We're on rails. It's not your normal cable elevator. Contact elevator is probably the answer. The two houses are connected. If the two houses are connected
連絡
vertically,
エレベーターは横ではなく
elevator should
縦に動いているはずだ
vertically, not horizontally.
ですが
Possibly
それぞれ
vertically.
のハウスでは
However, both houses.
連絡エレベーターを背にした場合
Contact elevator is behind you.
真逆の方向にタワーがありました。
Towers are in opposite directions. That's
つまり
accurate.
貴様らの推論には
Which means your reasoning
明らかに矛盾があるのです。
is clearly contradictory. It's clearly
な
contradictory.
んだよその鉄壁のチーム
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork? Though Gundam and Sony have matching arguments, it sounds like it makes sense. Is that really correct? I don't think so.
2つのハウスが縦につながっている
連絡エレベーターは横ではなく
縦に動いているはずだ
Huh?
2つのハウスが
連絡エレベータ
縦に動いているはずだ
ーですがそれぞれのハウスでは連絡エレベーターを背にした場合真逆の方向にタワーがありました。
つまり貴様らの推論には
明らかに矛盾。
なんだよその鉄壁の
What?
チーム
What do I pick? Hold up. Is that really correct? It is correct.
2つの
Oh, that's not the right bullet. Okay. Fuhiko's,
エレ
Akane's.
ベーターは横ではなく
Fuhiko's, Akane's, Nagito's. Rumbling sound? Nope. Nope. Kazuichi's. That's useful. Maybe Kazuichi's account works?
ですがそれぞれのハウスでは連絡エレベーターを背にした場合真逆の方向にタワーがありました。
つまり貴様らの推論には
So we gotta pick one.
矛盾
I'm not sure which
なんだ
one.
よその鉄壁のチームワークは
2つのハウスが縦につなが
連絡エレベーターは横
縦に動いているはずだ
There we go.
それは
Vertically is wrong. We rotate 180 degrees. I thought contact elevator was gonna tell us that. So I thought the bullet for contact elevator,
じゃなかったんだ
which was my mistake, was that it was a really quiet elevator and you couldn't tell what was happening in it because we were moving so slowly. I was mistaken. The game logic was perfectly sound. I didn't understand what the clue was because I didn't look it up. That's my fault for not reviewing the bullets. The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
だよなそうだ
Isn't that right, Kazuichi? Me?
ほらお前は小前田に渡されたコンパスを持って連絡エレベーターに乗ったんだろ
Come on, use the elevator where you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
あああ
Yeah, that was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
180度
Rotated 180 degrees?
つまりあの連絡エレベーターは2つのハウスを移動する間に
As the elevator moved between the two houses,
ぐるっ
it
と
also
180度
rotated 180 degrees. That's right.
多分建物の外周に沿うようにして反対側までぐるっと回り込んでたのかな。
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side.
それならもう片方のハウスに到着した頃には出口が反対側になってるもんね。
Which means the exit will be on the opposite side once you arrive at the other house, right? And this also means that you wouldn't be able to see the elevator or the elevator rail from the window. Perfect.
そのせいでマスカットハウスに着いた時は右側に見えたタワーが
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on the right side when we arrived at Grape House
ストロベリーハウスの時には左側に見えたんだ
appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House. Perfect.
回転しながら移動するエレベーターとかありかよ。ほとんど遊園地じゃねえか。
Someone had to say it. Someone had to say it. An elevator that rotates while it moves? Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park. Wow, what a coincidence, guys. What a coincidence. Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know? And since the building doesn't need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun. That's not splendid at all, you're inhuman. You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. I was never human to begin with. I'm different from those lowly humans.
ドッキリハウスの秘密はもう終わったよな。
So we're done with the secret funhouse, right? Let's start talking about the important stuff.
未来を殺した極上の凶器ってなんだよ。
What's the ultimate weapon that killed Mechamaru?
組み合わせんだよ。
How'd they combine it with the pillar?
あれまだ極上の狂気がわからないのほら僕がオクタゴンで見つけたものだよ
You're being useless, Nagito, by the way. This dialogue is like completely useless. Huh? You don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know?
そのオクタゴンってのは何なんだ。それを聞いてねえぞ。
What's the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
そこから説明しなくちゃダメなんだ
I can't believe I have to explain that to you now.
オクタゴンの言葉の意味さえ知っていれば簡単に分かっちゃう謎なんだけどな
Once you know what an octagon means, you can solve that simple mystery easily. What an octagon means. An 8-sided shape.
そうか確かオクタゴンって八角形って意味だったよな
I recall, an octagon's a shape with 8 sides, right?
ひなたくんが知ってたとは意外だね補欠が集まる予備学科生にしては博識なんだね
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve corps student, you're quite knowledgeable.
ついでに続きも聞いておこうかオクタゴンの名にふさわしい場所はどこにあったかな
I guess I should continue listening. Where's the place fitting of the name Octagon? The place fitting of the name Octagon is probably... No, the elevator's not the Octagon. This is 6. Where would 8 be? Grape House? What? There's nothing 8-sided here. What? Don't tell me you've given up on thinking and we're doing something else. Otherwise, there's no way you'd reach the time limit precision easy problem. I hate to hurry up and think one more time. It's no use. I can't go any longer. There's no more options. Everyone doubts me. The trial's got to be done. Now it's time to vote. I can totally imagine who the Blacken will be. Oh. Rest in peace, me. And by majority vote, the one who's been chosen as the Blackened is Hajime Hinata. But Hajime is not the Blackened. Too bad, too bad. The true Blackened graduated splendidly. Congratulations, and now the others will be punished. That means you too, Hajime. It's our end. I'm very confused. We will never give up. Okay. I'm very confused which 8-sided shape exists in that map. Okay. Place fitting in the name Octagon. I can't move the camera. Which place is an octagon? We have a cube stacked beside a cube with a rectangular prism, a cylinder, and a hexagon. Or sorry, 2 rectangular prisms. What is an 8-sided object associated with these? It's not outside. Why is the stream tag is FPS? They're automatic tags. They're automatic tags, BB. You can't set them yourself based on the game. What is an 8-sided shape here? I don't understand. Like, we tried this. I tried this. I tried this. I mean, but like, I tried this. 8 sides would be at the top and bottom of the hexagon. This theoretically has 3 sides. This has 6 sides. This has 6 sides. I was thinking it'd be like 2 sides stapled together because this doesn't make sense. Grape House is 6-sided. What's the 8-sided shape? There's only 3 things to click. Come on. There's only 5 things to click. It's not Strawberry House. It's not Grape House. It's not the cylinder. It's not the bridges. And it's not the... I don't understand. What could I possibly click? I click everywhere outside there. I click the 2 things. What the heck? Seriously, I have to Google the answer for this. I have no clue what it is. There's no option for an 8-sided shape in here. Danganronpa 2 Chapter 4 Trial. I'm just Googling it because there's no 8-sided shapes here. Like unless you want to count a hexagon, a hexagonal prism has 8 sides because it has a top and a bottom. There's no other choice for 8-sided objects. Okay, I'm just Googling it because this is kind of a waste of our time if we do anything else. I've clicked every single object. I was guessing it was going to be like 2 boxes side by side, but apparently that's not it. I would have taken the hexagon, but I don't know what it is now. I would have taken the hexagon's top and bottom, but it doesn't work either. Let's see, trial 2, trial 3. Give me a second. Trial 4, here we go. Let's see, a dummy, no, they all have something in common, vertically. I clicked Grape House, what the hell? The place befitting of the name Octagon, it's probably Grape House. 1, 2, 2, 3. 3 other sides on the other side, top and bottom, 8 sides. Seriously? We clicked Grape House. It's very believable. Do I have to click somewhere specific on Grape House? It's not there? There? You have to click the back of Grape House? What the fuck? How does where I click on the building matter? All of the green sections should be legitimate. Oh my god. Really? Okay, -1 for this trial. That's a garbage question. That's a garbage question. Why did they only pick a tiny little square at the back of the house instead of the whole house? You can be like 6 sides plus 2 top and bottom. I mean, you can say 6 sides plus top and bottom, but I thought the game logic would say, well, you know, the top doesn't count because the top's covered by the box, but apparently not. I was like covered by the box, and there's no way he got to the bottom. So I guess the elevator, as being like 2 cubes adjacent to each other, being some wonky rendition of that, where they're like, well, there's like 4 horizontal sides, and even though 2 of them are touching or something, like fuck. I thought they had some weird logic, but okay. Alright. So they went with, like, you have to click a weird place in order for the puzzle to work. That's really stupid. Alright. Why couldn't I just click anywhere on the house? That doesn't make any sense. You had to click randomly on the hexagon until you found the right place. Like, clicking anywhere on the house should have done it, but it gave me an error. That's so stupid. Alright, whatever. You're talking secret rooms surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room. Yep. Why is that place the octagon?
四角形のストロベリーハウスって六角形のマスカットハウスの上に乗ってるんでしょ?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? Yes.
六角形から四角形を切り抜くと角が8つ八角形になるんだよ.
That's their excuse. That's fucking stupid. If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges and it becomes an 8-sided shape. I assumed that it was a brick, that they were both the same size. So they're saying it's not 2 triangles? It's not 2 triangles. The building is not 2 triangles. If I cut a rectangular prism out of a hexagon, I don't get 2 triangles. Come again. Oh my god, that's a stupid logic. If you cut a rectangular prism that's the size of the if it's the size of the hexagon, you get 2 triangles. You get 6 sides. You don't get 8. That doesn't make sense. Why would you assume that if you cut a shape, you don't cut all the way through? My god. Cool. So if I just cut random numbers into it, that's the rationale. That's stupid. All right. I'm gonna remember that next time I ask someone something. I'm like, what happens if you cut a square in half? Well, you actually get a 6-sided shape. See, now you have 2 sides. That's stupid. All right. You get a single 6-sided shape and not 2 3-sided shapes. Like, what if I make 2 cuts to a triangle? I get a 6-sided shape. What? Wouldn't your first cut cut it in half, and your next one cut it in half again? But apparently not. Alright. You would think it would go to 3 sides, and then you'd think it would go either to 4 sides and then 5 sides. But apparently it goes to alright, whatever. Or 3 sides then 4 sides, but whatever. Okay. Fine, do it that way. Whatever. Weird assumption. You gotta assume that they're making cuts that are incomplete. Surely they would have noticed they lost significant amounts of building space walking from one end of the building to the other, but oh well. Okay. They lost like 20 meters of floor space in Strawberry Hall? Alright. Or 20 like meters of depth and all the width of the hexagons. Alright. Sure. And nobody noticed that they were significantly smaller or pointed that out at this point. They're like, why is my room fucking tiny? Well, the reason your room is fucking tiny is because reasons. They both look like the exact same room from the inside, so it's kind of wonky. Oh, well, the true identity of the octagon is... I mean, I assume they got the geometry right, but it's just my fault for not noticing, but whatever. It seems about the right size. It seems about the same depth. The true identity of the octagon is a secret room in the depths of the final version. Okay, in actual, the place contained weapons. Yes.
じゃあ極上の凶器ってのもそこにあったのか？
The ultimate weapon was there too.
少し違うかな。
It's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the
極上の
octagon.
凶器の正体を知ったんだよ。
Because all three of the floors are hexagons. I already checked that. There's no square. That's wonky. Okay. I guess the third floor had a rectangular shape, hexagon. The fourth floor is also hexagonal shaped, I guess then. It's just the rooms carved out. Alright. Okay. The true identity ultimate weapon is the funhouse. Oh.
つまり犯人はあの建物の構造を凶器にして二代君を殺したんだ。
Means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Mechamaru. Okay.
犯人は僕と同じようにあの景色からドッキリハウスの秘密に気づいて
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the
そ
scenery.
してその構造を利用した殺害方法を思いついたんだろうね
And thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
ドッキリハウス自体が凶器でその構造を利用して殺した？
But the funhouse itself is the weapon, and they killed using the building
だか
structure.
らこそ犯人は僕たちを建物の謎から遠ざけようとしていたんだよ
And that's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building.
それにしても建物自体を凶器にするなんてなかなかスペクタクルな犯行だよね
More importantly, using the building itself as a weapon is such a spectacular crime. Truly deserves to be called the ultimate
凶器
weapon.
の名にふさわしいよ
I don't know how it's the ultimate weapon, but okay. I'll go with it. Funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use it to murder Mechamaru? I have a theory, and I've had it for a while. They put him to sleep, and then when the elevator moved, the pillar fell. Well, actually that doesn't work. That doesn't work because he wasn't dead, but it could have been used to knock him over, and then they could have been something. I don't fucking know. I don't know how he died still. Bashing his head in with a hammer doesn't seem to do the trick. The pillar fell first. I still don't know how that happened. Who's the killer who did that? Yeah, I have no clue who the killer is, or how they did this kill. Alright, trial suspended. Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call Monomi. Okay. Oh, I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. Let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'd get hurt by a mere word. Monomi is a serious stiff-fatly. Yeah, it's more straightforward than I expected. Stiff-fatly, huh? That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these would be... Ta-da, stiff-fatly. There's a fat in the name. Okay, everyone. All together now. Monomi's a serious stiff-fatly. Nice. Nice, Monokuma. Nice job. Welcome back to the trial. I hope your day is going well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeah. Careful, your batteries don't run out for various reasons. Like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently. Thanks, Monomi. I never expected that the funhouse itself to be the ultimate
そのも
weapon.
のが極上の狂気の正
Yeah,
体
I'm not sure how that works either.
まあいいや話を進めよっか
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
そんなにあっさりでいいのですか
Really? Alright to accept the situation so easily?
だって大事なのはそ
I
こ
mean,
じゃない
that's
の
not what's important. The thing that's really
本当に
important
大
is
事なのはその建物の構造を利用した犯人
the killer used the building
殺
structure.
した
Like,
犯人は誰かってことでしょ
who's Mechamaru's murderer?
つうか建物自体が狂気って話を真に受けていいのか
Thanks for the drip. Thanks for the drink. I'll take 2 to be sure I'm hydrated. Is it really okay to believe the building's the weapon? Akito said it, you know?
こんな大事な場面で嘘なんかつかないよ。僕だって死にたくないからね。
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die even.
いつ死んでも構わねえって言ってたやつはどこの誰だよ
What happened to the bastard who kept saying he didn't mind death?
そうだね。
That's right. There was a time when I thought it could be a stepping stone for your
なら
hopes.
って思っていた時期もあったけど、
But
素直に発言を撤回させてもらうよ。
I'll sincerely retract that remark. Retract?
僕も残念
I'm
だ。
disappointed, you know?
これが希望のための殺人なら喜んで犠牲になるんだけどね。
I'm disappointed too, you know? If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
相変わらず見当違いな発言ばかりだな。
You say such falsehoods as per
希
usual.
望のための殺人などどこにも存在せんぞ。人殺しはただの人殺しでしかない。
There is no thing such as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
あの欲望のために他者に犠牲を強いる卑劣な行為。悪魔と呼ばれた俺様ですら忌むべき行為だ。
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires, even one as diabolical as I would avoid such situations. I see, I see.
もういいよ。そんなやつなんて放っておいて、さっさと2台のおっさんを殺した犯人を突き止めるぞ。
It's fine, let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Mechamaru as fast as we can.
けど腹が減ってきたわけじゃねえからね。
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
おわりさんまるで滝のようなよだれが
Yeah, you're drooling waterfalls. Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
犯人が建物の構造を利用したっていうなら
Thanks for bringing us on topic,
まずはそ
Chiaki.
の方法から考えてみようか
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
2台の殺害方法だな。
How they killed Mechamaru.
その死因からはっきりさせた方がいいかもねそうすれば殺害方法も見えてくるんじゃないかな
Probably. It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think? I'm on board with that. Mechamaru's cause of death, eh? He was horribly damaged as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. What was Mechamaru's cause of death that utilized the building structure? Crushed by the elevator? I don't think so. He was crushed by the elevator? That sounds so painful. So where and how was he crushed? I don't think so. I was wrong. I actually got that one wrong, because I'm not sure. It's cause of death. Beaten sense is an object, but if it's a blunt object, it wasn't the building structure. Falling, then.
そうか。墜落死って考えられるかもな。
He died from falling? Falling? That doesn't make sense. He has dents on his chest and in the gap on his head. What? He's a robot. He's super tanky. He wouldn't die from falling. An RPG doesn't do enough damage, but falling 2 stories does? No way! No way!
墜落死だと。
Died from
だっ
falling?
てドッキリハウスの秘密ってタワーもハウスも縦に重なってる構造のことなんだろ
The funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both houses are vertically connected.
だったら犯人はその高さを利用して2台を墜落死させたんじゃないか？
And the killer made use of its height and caused Mechamaru to die from falling.
突き落としたってことか？どっから突き落としたんだよ。
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him from?
いや、そこまではちょっとまだ。
So they're setting up for he opened the door and walked Looney Tunes style into the center of the room and fell to his death? How does... Okay, Nekomaru's head is a U, and the pillar is way bigger than his head. How does the center of his head take damage, but the rest of it not from falling? And then he took torso damage too? And had his legs and had his arms ripped off, right? He had his arms ripped off, one of his legs broke off, maybe it broke off in the fall. But both your arm, like, if you fall to your death, your arms don't rip off. At the shoulders. That doesn't make a lot of sense. They were, like, tied at the sides. And then the top of his head, I don't know what would have done the top of his head in? We don't have a weapon for that. Like, you need to be more than armor. You need, like, better than, like, anti-tank weapons to deal damage to him, but falling kills him? I don't understand. I don't quite follow that, but alright. Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Another sip. Another sip. Thanks for the extra sip. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place? The elevator. It might be possible in the tower. He can survive anti-tank weapons. There's no way a fall would cause that kind of damage. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator's on the 1st floor. Get how the elevator functions. When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open. That's why they broke the button. No. If they're gonna go with the falling thing, that's why it's damaged on Strawberry Hall side, because it's the top side and he fell to his death from there. Haha! Saying you died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell. My gut's going crazy now. If Mechamaru died from falling, where'd the killer shove Mechamaru from? Strawberry Hall. I'm gonna reach the truth behind this incident. I need to solve that mystery next. Alright. I'd say he wouldn't die from falling damage since the injuries don't make sense, but okay. Come again. None of these are good. Good night button might be the closest to something good. When the elevator's on the 1st floor, yep. You can't go through the 1st floor. It's impossible. It's not impossible. After locking the Mechamaru inside the elevator, no. He moved it from the 4th floor to the 1st floor. Moving object. Yep. The door won't open. Sleep sensor. Must be the threshold of that elevator. I understand that Mechamaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me. It moved? Yeah. Okay. Weird argument, but okay. I know the answer, but the argument's fucking weird. I don't know if I agree with that. The sensor should only work if something's moving. Yes. If Mechamaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything. Yeah, I'm on board. Sleep mode? When Mechamaru's goodnight button is pressed, all his functions shut down and he enters sleep mode. Yep. If he's in sleep mode, the sensor wouldn't have noticed it. Yes. This is why I went with crushing. This is why I went with crushing. I see, so that's how.
その状態でエレベーターを移動させたところで2台も一緒に動くだけだ。
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Mechamaru would have just moved along with it.
あいつを墜落死させるための落差などどこにも生まれんぞ。
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes? See, that's what I was
それ
thinking.
を説明しようとしたところ
Now she's gonna say, the strawberry hall door was forced open and he was shoved through it, right? That's how I was about to explain before Katsuichi interrupted me.
邪魔者は黙っててください
Silence, pest. Silence, pest. Now you're calling me a pest. He is a pest. A way to create the drop inside the elevator when Mechamaru is still inside it. Chiaki seems to have an idea. What could it be? What? Tipped over pillar, broken doorknob, wire.
ある仕掛けを使えば
In a certain way.
エレベー
Wire
ターの中に落差を作れるんだよ
part of the drop in the elevator. Yep.
つまりその仕掛けをみんなで考えてみる。
Finally talking. Think about the arrangement, right?
その仕掛けっていうのはね
Arrangement.
怪しいのはハンマーです
The hammer is suspicious. No.
そろそろ柱が出てくるんじゃねえか。
Pillar? No.
床のオイルは関係ないのか。
Put oil on the floor.
落ちてたドアノブが怪しいな。
The doorknob on the floor. Oh, no, I wanted to shoot that. I want to shoot doorknob on the floor.
邪魔
Oh,
者
we
は
also-
黙っててください
Yeah. It's doorknob on the... It's doorknob, I think. Don't be so cold. I'm sorry to do it. The friendliness meter's going down. I'm awakening. Okay. The answer is actually the doorknob.
つまりその仕掛けを
We're gonna reinforce the doorknob
その仕掛けって
with wire.
ハンマーです
そろそろ柱が出てくるんじゃねえか。
床のオイルは関係ないのか。
落ちてたドアノブが怪しいな。
There we go. Reinforcing this. So, they use the doorknob to cause the wire to make him drop. I still don't think he's gonna die from that.
あの
That's
ド
why
アノブには何かで擦ったような跡があったよな。
Didn't the doorknob have straight marks on it?
あれってワイヤーで擦った跡だったのかもな。
It might have been where it got scraped by the wire. Again, it's an elevator. How fast do you think elevators move? Most of them, at least. Slower than gravity, right? Because if they were propelled downwards at an abnormal speed, things would lift off the ground. You know how that works, right? Anyway, okay. Whatever. That might have been where it got scraped by the wire. It's a smooth thing. The wire isn't... whatever.
そのワイヤーって2台を縛ってたワイヤーか。
Same wire that was tied around Mechamaru?
あのワイヤーの先端って輪っかになっ
That's
てた。
why you could say his leg came off. I still don't think the fall kills him. Like, even if he falls from max height, especially if he's now hanging, so he's less than max, it's 3 floors minus Nekomaru's height, so like 2.5 floors. 2.5 floors? And then they still don't explain the head in... whatever. Well, I'm just gonna stop complaining about that. Alright, the tip of the wire that was tied into a
その
loop.
輪っかをドアノブに引っ掛けて
The elevator moved while the loop part hung from the doorknob. How are you generating the momentum to cause damage to something that doesn't take damage from RPGs? Like... I did something with that. He's been suspended in midair. Yep.
そう宙吊り
He
に
was
したんだ
suspended in midair. I'm on board with it. Sorry, he was suspended in midair. Huh?
犯人は
The killer tied up Mechamaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode.
ワイヤーで縛り付け
Killer tied up the wire with Mechamaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode.
輪っかにしたワイヤーの先端を4階のストロベリータワーのドアノブに引っ掛けた
Tied the tip of the wire to a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
その状態でタワー内のエレベーターを4階から1階のマスカットタワーの方に移動させて
With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Great Tower, creating a 3-story drop for Mechamaru who was sleeping.
メカニダイ君を宙吊りにしたんだよ
And suspended Mechamaru in midair. Yep, I'm on board with this so far.
ブラブラっとね
That's right, he was so well hung, kind of like... So well hung, kind of like me. Is that what he's gonna say? I don't know, finish that sentence. Okay. So I see this. I don't see how Mechamaru dies, though. You need way more damage than, like, a story fall to kill this. Especially because it somehow damaged the top of his head, and not the pointy bits. Whatever, alright. They, like, relocate a pillar? They took advantage of the floor's unique feature. Only the floor moves. Yep. By doing that, they created a drop. So Mechamaru, the guy who's literally tankier than an RPG, like made of literally the most durable metal in existence, is going to die from a 2-story drop. Dude, I can drop like a cube of... Whatever. Alright. Like, I don't think he would be perfectly balanced. I think he would slip off that handle pretty quickly. But, you know, assuming you somehow perfectly balance Mechamaru by tying him with one leg, okay. We'll give that a pass. That's fine. He's somehow perfectly balanced until the elevator falls to the ground. Okay. Alright. We can go with that. I still think the drop kills him. That's really weird. Alright. What if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. Yes. Oh, alright. If Mechamaru's suspended in air like that, how do you get him to fall? If you somehow balance it, he wakes up, is surprised, moves at all, and falls. When he's suspended in midair, he won't actually die until he falls. He doesn't actually fall, yeah. Okay, whatever. Broken doorknob? The doorknob breaks, I guess? See, we'll see. Yep. How would you make him fall? No way they could do that. Let's see. Doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible he fell on his own. Oh, hold up. Fell on his own? Is the wire snap? No, it's not. Okay. It's this. Yeah, he's... Alright, perfect. Yep, fell on his own. His alarm clock should move him. His alarm clock could move him while he's still asleep, right? What do you think would happen if Mechamaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair? What are you saying? How would he even wake up? He would wake up because the alarm clock built into his chest, right? Exactly. I understand this part, Hajime. He has an alarm in his body, that would wake him up. That's perfectly fine. It might also move him because it might vibrate. But more importantly, he'd wake up and be like, what the fuck, and move, which probably kills him. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Mechamaru. You woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why. You'd probably move a little bit, right? Probably something like that happened to you. You'd probably start panicking a lot, right? You'd instinctively start moving. Mechamaru probably did exactly that. Yeah, that's probably the case. I'm curious as to how they balanced him on one foot. That's quite impressive, but maybe the handles are capable of holding 600, 700 pounds. That's fine. We can assume they're not real handles, so it's not like they're gonna turn, right? And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip on. I mean, I feel like they'd screw that up like 6 or 7 times, perfectly balancing an object by an awkward angle, but you know, that's fine. No, it's fine. I'm actually okay with them hanging him there perfectly. That's kind of like, it works in game logic terms. That's fine. Where they hung on the doorknob and would easily slip off. Would easily slip off. The drop should have made him slide off. Just dropping the body should have made it slide off. As if it's like if it's a perfectly smooth handle like that and perfectly flat, any force should pull it towards you and to the left, because it gives, which means it would probably be at an angle and fall by itself. But if you somehow, in addition, like, I guess, whatever, that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. That makes sense, right? It would be... Like, if I balance a ball on a string... Oh, whatever. Mechamaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right? He fell because the entire doorknob came off. Yeah, it broke immediately, or it broke quickly, right? When Mechamaru woke, he must have struggled much more than expected and caused the doorknob to break off. Yep, it's fine. He falls. I'm okay with him falling. What's that? Is that unexpected for the killer too? Probably. That's probably it. If they knew it'd leave evidence like that, they probably would have at least tried to cover something to cover it up. Killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... Full power! With a fierce roar, Mechamaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands, but... Here comes the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower! Ah! Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck here. That's really what it was. That's the clue Mechamaru left for us to find. So that's how Mechamaru fell to his... That's how Mechamaru fell to his death. You understand now? It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm a pest. No, not a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you could say so. Oh boy, he's gone full step on me. Oh, I believe you gave me wrong. Oh, why aren't you teasing me anymore? This guy, he gets off on this. So thanks to that alarm, Mechamaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. Yep. It doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor, of course. You know that too, right? Doesn't mean he crashed straight into the floor? No, he hit the pillar, right? Mechamaru fell to the floor, the only thing I can think of what happened to him was he collided with the pillar, cola came out of his eyes, probably. I wish. I'm guessing he collided with the pillar, that's what made the crash. When Mechamaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar, isn't that it? I guess if you hit like a perfect awkward angle of that pillar. Again, I'm still moderately... So he's hanging from the center and he hits the pillars that are off center. Alright. I guess he swung himself really hard to one side, slipped off, and then didn't bother trying to protect his head, and also didn't have the ability to bend his body at all. Or snap the cables? Isn't he like superhumanly? Whatever. Okay. Finally, the pillar. So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place. I told you the pillar was a weapon. My gut was totally. Yeah, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that or if it was just a coincidence.
では、そこから犯人につながる手がかりを見つけるのは難しいのですね。
At this point, it's quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
だったら、あのアラームタイマーの方はどうだ？
Put the alarm.
アラームが7時30分に設定されてたのは確かだし、そこから割り出していけば。
I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. if we can map it out from there. Hold up, baby gangster. Stop calling me baby gangster. What'd you say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
てめえは調べなかったのか？2台のアラームは7時30分に設定されてたんだよ。
You didn't check yourself. Mechamaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. That's not the alarm. Isn't that the clock? Impossible. Even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
そういえば、私もそうです。
Slowly mention it, so did I.
モノクマ太極拳に遅れるわけにはいかないので、朝7時前にはマスカットタワーに行きましたよ。
No way I'd be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I looked for the Great Tower before 7 a.m. And if we found Nekamaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 alarm went off. It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. The clocks have been changed. How were you able to discover Mechamaru died at 7:30 a.m. when he went to the tower at 7? That's what I want. That's what I want to know. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. Should definitely be a clue to breaking this contradiction. It's simple. The clocks have been changed. Wall clock?
私たちがタワーに向かったの
The
は
Great Tower.
間違いなく朝7時前
Before
でした。
7 a.m. I want to fire at the... Damn. Put the alarm inside Nekamaru's chest. Let's set for 7:30. He died because of the alarm, right? It's the time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion! You're correct. The killer probably did some tampering. Oh, he didn't mess with that clock. That's wrong. The killer messed with the clock inside Nekamaru's chest. Thanks to that, the time of death got through. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
私たちがタワーに向かったのは間違いなく朝7時前でした。
That's not wrong. We actually had it at 7.
しまった。私たちがタワーに向かったのは間違いなく朝7時前でした。
Radio clock? Which might be radio clock. Hold up.
7時32台はそのアラームのせいで死んだんだよな。殺害時刻と死体発見時どちらかが幻影ということだ。
どうせ犯人の偽装工作で犯人が2台の胸の時計をくるませた。それは違うぞ。
His clock is infallible. It has to be. It had to have been wall clock. That first guess made no sense. This makes no sense. The first guess should have been right. Wall clock on the first one should have been right. Since his radio clock is impossible to tamper with. How on earth would he be wrong and us be right? The clock inside his chest was a radio clock. It would have been impossible to mess with. Exactly! And if it's impossible to mess with, how the fuck did we show up before his alarm went off? So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock? I suggested that! What the fuck? Kazuichi. Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with. I suggested that! You told me it was wrong!
マスカットハウスの時計が
The clock inside Great House?
いや、俺はドッキリハウス内のすべての時計を調べてみたけどよ。
I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse. That's what I asked you. You really listened to me. Checked all the
ちゃんと
clocks.
建物内の時計を調べておいてくれたんだ。
Oh, I'm so irritated. I hate when it steals health from me for giving the right answer.
おかげで断言できるぜ
Because of that, I constantly declare all the clocks at the same time display.
時刻が狂っていた可能性がないなら、やはり疑うべきは人間の証言の方か。
There's no possibility that time was tampered with. You must doubt the human's testimony.
信じてください。私たちは嘘などついておりません。
Believe me, we're not lying.
じゃあ勘違いしたのかな。
Maybe a misunderstanding.
俺は勘違いなんかしねえよ。
I'll never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food. Yeah, there's a couple questionable places, but I mean that one's ordering. They've done that to me before in trials where I give the right evidence and the right answer, and they're like, "No, we wanted answer A, not answer B, even though answer A is the correct one." Even though answer B is the correct answer and answer A is like tangentially related, we don't want the right answer. We want the right answer, not. We want the half answer, not the right answer. It's like when something wants you to write out all your steps for completion. Blushing Gundam, yeah, I see that. It's like when something wants you to write all your steps and you write 3 steps and they're like, "I'm sorry, you need to take 4 steps to complete this question. I know resolving addition and subtraction can be done at the same time and it's really easy, but we wanted you to do subtraction first." And you're like, "Okay. Okay. Whatever. I'll take it. 3 out of 4. Time-related contradictions. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake something was done, but what? Perhaps we've overlooked something. We're misunderstanding something? I think if I focus, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Okay. We're diving in. Logic dive. There we go. The only place we've died is when we probably shouldn't have died in the first place. Alright, taking this route. Well, these are getting a little bit tougher. There we go. Okay. Oh, really? Let's... Okay. Actually need to make the jumps now. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Who the killer is, where the murder happened, the time in the building. That one's pretty straightforward. Obviously they got the time wrong. Monokuma commented that they all skipped Tai Chi. Clearly the time in the building's wrong. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, missed that one. Alright. This'll be interesting. Finally, like, not a ridiculously easy jumping thing. Okay. Need to be going at a decent pace. Missed it still, damn. You can't jump from center, I think you have to jump from the edge. Alright. Jump from center, alright. Yep, gotta be. Ooh, I jumped from too close to center. Gotta be right near the edge. That's a little bit tight, but alright. Okay. I was assuming it was a little more generous than that. That's fine. My bad. Which clock was tampered with? The building's clocks. What? Oh, the building's clocks. I was like, both? It's both of the building's clocks. But yeah, it's building's clocks. Mechamaru's clock is infallible. We should assume that one. Gundam sprite covers his face when he's blushing. I see. Hello? Okay. Okay. More. Okay. Question 3. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. That's not difficult. They both have the same time. What did we learn there? Didn't we already know this? Alright, whatever. If we need... I guess they needed to insert that. That didn't really derive any information we already knew. Didn't already know. Sergeant already checked all the clocks inside the building, isn't that right for you? Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time. What if all the clocks had been messed with? All the clocks? Only 2, man. Even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd noticed it. Gee. Killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks. Yes. So that's what it was. There's no way I could have known it. Plenty of clues. Monokuma complained about you all skipping class. All the clocks were moved forward except for Monokuma's. Or backwards except for Monokuma's. Truly fantastic. Now's another time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off? An hour or 2 backwards. About the time they heard the crash would be the time that was 7:30, so it was about an hour, maybe 2 hours backwards. I need to clarify how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. Definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna need to reach the truth in one go. The time of the crash plus 30 minutes. Okay, account. I need to know what the accounts are. Akane's account. There we go. Akane's got it. It's Akane's account. It was off by 2.5. It was off by 2 hours. Time in the building was all messed up. You can only rely on Mechamaru's radio clock. Time of death. No. The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time? Any clues that could be used to narrow that down? No, I missed them. Or scream. We would have heard it too. Mechamaru's alarm? No. Okay. Time of death. I don't know if I want to shoot that one or the other one. We'll see. Glad that one worked. I'm glad I was like uncertain about the first one because I was really certain with this one. It was like a 50-50 in my head, but I decided to delay a second because I wasn't certain. That's interesting. Maybe 51-49. It was 51-49 in favor of Sonia's, and we actually got it because I kind of delayed and then was like, oh, I guess I should try it. Worst case scenario, I fail one. And it looks like my hesitation due to my uncertainty worked well. That's right, we should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't that the rumbling noise? Rumbling? I thought it was an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. That was the sound from when Mechamaru fell. Yep. A huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound. We heard the sound too. It was when we were gathered at Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia? Well, sound everyone heard. I didn't hear it at all. What? You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping. I couldn't sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs. There's nothing to worry about. What's important is the rumbling noise anyway. It's the rumbling sound is roughly. We might be able to figure out how much our time was off. Yes. I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning. You could tell? She checked the
飛び
clock.
起きて部屋を飛び出しちまってさ、その時にラウンジの時計を見たんだよ。
I instantly woke up and left my room, and that's when I saw the clock in the lamp.
それはでかしましたよ、おわりさん。
Excellent work, Akane. The rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., and the answer to how much time was up was literally right in front of me.
そうか。
2 hours, easy.
7時30分のアラームで2台が墜落した時の音を俺たちが5時30分に聞いてたとなると
Mechamaru's alarm was off at 7:30, and we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30.
俺たちの時間は2時間ずら
Our
されて
time was off by 2 hours. 2 hours? That much? It's easy.
俺らは
Move the hour hand instead of the minute hand. Minute hand's noticeable.
あれじゃ気づけるわけねえぜ
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
あのドッキリハウスには窓もねえし、モノクマアナウンスもなかったもんな。
Funhouse has no windows, and there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
犯人は何のために時間をずらしたのだ。
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
言うならはっきりするでしょ二代君だけをおびき寄せるためにやったんだ
Reason is obvious. They could lure out just Mechamaru. Lure out only
ほ
Mechamaru?
ら時計を狂わせた上であることを利用すれば必ず二代君だけをタワーにおびき寄せられるでしょ
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you'd definitely get Mechamaru to the tower alone, right?
そして犯人の目論みは見事に成功した
From there, the killer's plan was a
そういうことだ
splendid success. That's all it means. Besides messing with time, the killer also used a specific thing. They were trying to lure out Mechamaru, and that would be Monokuma Taichi. The only thing he would actually pay attention to. Yep. Pretty straightforward. That's it. The killer made use of Monokuma Taichi in the morning.
犯人はあのイベントを利用したんだな
A mandatory attendance event that he'd have to be awake for, so he'd set his alarm.
どう利用したのだ。
How did they use it?
僕たちはあのイベントのために毎朝7時にマスカットタワーに行く必要があったよね
We were required to go to Group Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right?
でもそこで建物内すべての時計が狂わされたら
If they messed with the clocks inside the building, what would that do to
時
us?
間通りにはタワーに行けなくなるだけど2台だけ
Exactly.
は別だ
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Mechamaru.
あいつには電波時計っていう正確な時計があったからな
His radio clock had the exact time.
そう
That's right.
犯人はそうやって彼だけが正確な時間にタワーに来るよう仕向けたんだ
In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise
じゃ
time.
あ、俺が明け方に目撃した2台ってのは。
And when I witnessed Monokuma early in the morning.
確かクズリュウ君が彼を目撃したのは朝5時くらいだったっけ
If I recall, you witnessed Mechamaru around 5 a.m.
その時間も2時間ずれて7時だったはずだから
If that was also 2 hours off, it would have been 7 a.m. That's pretty much it.
その時の彼は時間通りにモノクマ太極拳に向かうところだったんだよ
At that time, he was headed over to Monokuma Taichi right on schedule.
そうか今考えるとあの時のモノクマの言葉もそういう意味だったんだな
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
早いよ、まだ何も聞いてないよ。
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet. Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
あの時の全員って言葉には俺たちも含まれてたんだな
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? How did you not get that? That should have been the biggest hint that the clocks were off ever, when you're like, everyone missed it, but we're 5 minutes early. Everyone missed it, we're early. That should have been like the biggest hint the clocks were fucked, man. Come on. Can't believe no one noticed that one. That would have been like the first, like, I'll be honest. I probably wouldn't have solved half these Maru if I was there, but I would have fucking found that one. Come on. I thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth it was way past the meeting time.
やだやだ、そういうのってさ、こういうんだよ。
Well, that's... how should I put it?
なんだっけ、ほら、足の天ぷら的なあれだよ。
What was it, tripping over a foot or something like that?
手を取るってさ。
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's foot? We're wrong. Too bad. Liar, I'm right.
朝ってよ。違うの。正解なの。
That's not right. It's incorrect.
絶対に
never learn the correct answer. You always get so stubborn.
相変わらずうるさい二人は放っておいて。
Ignore the peanut gallery.
今ので二代君をおびき寄せた方法も分かったし。
Now that we found out how the killer lured Mechamaru,
犯人もだいぶ絞れそうだね。
the number of suspects drastically decreased. What?
おい、どうして今の話で犯人が絞れんだよ。ふかしこいてんじゃねえぞ。
Why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
僕が超えてないってことは、今のクズリュウ君の話の続きを聞けば分かるはずだよ。
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Hiko's gonna say next.
ああ？なんだそれ。
What do you mean?
君は二代君がタワーに向かうところを目撃した。その後、何があったんだっけ？
You were just Mechamaru going towards the tower. Did anything else happen after that?
もしかしてあのアラームのことを言ってんのか？
You talking about that alarm?
アラーム？
Alarm? Alarm?
俺が2台を目撃したしばらく後にストロベリーハウスのラウンジで時計が鳴ったんだ。
A little while after I witnessed Mechamaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going on.
しかもあれは地響きが聞こえる直前。
Plus, it was
そうか。
just before the rumbling sound occurred. I said, so if that's what it is.
あの地響きの時に2台が死んだとすると、その時にアリバイがなかったやつが怪しいってことだろう。
If Mechamaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at that time is the prime suspect.
いるのか？その時にアリバイがなかったやつが。
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
俺も思い出したさ。
I remember now.
思わず部屋を飛び出しちまうくらいのでけえ音なのに、ラウンジに出てこなかったやつが一人だけいたな。
Well, the sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room, but there's one guy who never left the
同
lounge.
じ階の客室にいたはずなのに、そいつだけ出てこねえなんておかしいよな。
You're both on the same floor. It's pretty weird the bastard never came out of his guest room.
その方には二代さんが墜落した時のアリバイがない。
Which means that person didn't have an alibi for when Mechamaru fell.
誰だ？
Who is it? Who is
そい
the
つは誰
bastard?
なんだよ？
Or doesn't have an alibi, right? Like someone? Wait, what? Who am I supposed to pick? Wait, I actually don't know. Who doesn't have an alibi for this? He was in the room, right? Sonia didn't hear the sound. Sonia didn't hear the sound. Do I pick Sonia? I thought it was a guy. He was complaining about it. He was just talking about being there, so I'm supposed to pick Gundam? I'll pick Gundam. I was aware the lunch clock was ringing. After all, I rushed over there, didn't I? And the rumbling noise occurred so after I was with the others when Mechamaru fell. What would you call this if not an alibi? Yeah. What? I'm running out of time. Fuhiko was there, Gundam was there, Kazuichi. I can't pick Monokuma. It's Nagito? Oh, it's Nagito. Okay.
やつって狛枝だよな。
The one who wasn't there, it's you, right, Nagito?
そうなんだよ。狛枝はあの場にいなかった。
Yeah, I was like, I swear they were all there. That's right, Nagito wasn't there. He wasn't?
あの場に集まったのは俺と田中とクズリュウだけだったぞ。
Didn't we walk in at while we were hearing the ringing as Nagito? I could have sworn we literally played as the character walking in to see the alarm, being like, oh, that's an alarm. What's that? How is that not our alibi for showing up like everybody else? Weird. Okay. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuhiko. Fuhiko.
あれだけでかい音でアラームが鳴ったのに部屋から出てこなかったってこと
Okay,
は。
whatever. It didn't come out even though the alarm was going off like crazy. I remember the ringing distinctly. It was super
部屋
annoying.
にいなかったんじゃねえのか？
We weren't in a room. Where were you?
だとしたらどこ行ってたんだよ。
I guess we don't know where he came from. That's the case. Where were you?
何かおっしゃってください。
Say something.
さっさと答えねえとプランチャかますぞ。
If you don't hear up an answer, I'm gonna plancha you. I heard plancha. Not suicide dive.
担当直入に答えるとね、
If I may be frank,
僕はラウンジに行きたくても行けなかったんだよ。
even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
いけなかったってどういう意味だ？
Couldn't? What do you mean?
どうせ弱者のたわごとだ。
Merely foolish talk of the weak.
僕にはね、そのアラームはもちろん地響きの音も聞こえなかったんだ。
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard the rumbling sound. We were in a luxury room, right? You couldn't?
おめえやっぱ不賢いてんだろ。
You're definitely fucking lying.
ですが、それは私も一緒です。
That's also true for me.
ストロベリーハウスのアラームが聞こえなかったのは当然だと思うのですが、
It's obvious I didn't hear the alarm in Strawberry House.
地響きまで聞いていないなんて変ですよね。
I also didn't hear the rumbling sound
他
either.
の
Is
皆
that
さん
not
はちゃ
strange?
んと聞いているのに。
Everyone else heard. She's in the rich person's room, which has better soundproofing. They explicitly pointed out soundproofing, so that has to matter.
実はその二人だけじゃなくて、私もそうなんだよね。
Look, another person in the rich people room. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me, too.
すっかり熟睡しちゃってたから、そのせいで気がつかなかったのかと思ってたけど。
They explicitly pointed out soundproofing. There's no way that's not the root cause. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but...
そうじゃなくて、
It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
地響きの音に気づけなかったのかもね。
気づけなかったってどういう意味だよ？
Couldn't hear it at all? What's that mean?
まだわからないよ。
You still don't know.
そんなの音を聞いてない3人の共通
That's why I was, like, so confused.
すぐ
Like,
に
I
わか
can't...
ると思うんだけどな。
It's like I can't pick her because I know she's in the soundproof room. Maybe what the three who didn't hear a sound have in common? I'm sure you'll figure it out. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling sound were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what they have in common. They're all in rich people rooms. Could this be the secret that points to the killer? D E Oh, what? Deluxe. Oh, it's deluxe room. X. It's the words deluxe. Okay. Oh, that wasn't an S, though. Alright, here we go. Good, good. I was trying to figure out what the first word was. I was like... Is it like wealthy, opulent, deluxe? My bad. Okay, Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki, the three of you are in deluxe rooms, right?
それで思い出したぞ。確かあそこの豪華な客室って
If I recall, the good rooms are... Guest rooms are divided by quality grid. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's pretty decent. And the Chromie room has severe airflow and draft problems.
もしや地響きの音が聞こえなかった理由って。
Reason we couldn't hear the rumbling noise.
そう。
That's
豪
right.
華な客室
It
の
was because the deluxe rooms have
全て
superior sound insulation.
やるね、ひなとくん。それに気づくとはね。それが君の超高校級の予備学科の実力なのかな?
Actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
さて、そんな君ならもう分かったんじゃない？
You must realize by now
殺した犯人の正体がさ。
true identity of Mechamaru's killer.
ちょっと待てよ。どうして今の話で犯人がわかんだよ。
Hold on a sec. Why does it lead to who the killer is?
どうしてって。だって今の事実が犯人の決め手となる重要な手がかりだからだよ。
Well, the fact now is a very important clue and a decisive factor in identifying the killer. Interesting.
犯人の決め手だと？
BB, a silent clown, and a billion bots. Decisive factor. Somehow I feel I understand what Nagito meant. The killer among us. Killer who murdered Mechamaru. Fuck, fine, huh? Is that really the right one? I don't know who the killer is still. Who's the killer supposed to be? Seriously, I'm not the killer. I was sleeping in my room after I pulled it into my room. It's so suspicious. The deluxe room should be the clue. It is shit. Is this really the right one? Not the killer. Doesn't it seem like someone from Strawberry House? I thought it was someone from Strawberry House. The deluxe room is the clue. I know it's someone from Strawberry House. We've already guessed everyone from Strawberry House and been told off. We did Fuyuhiko. Yeah, I'm the blackened. I know. I'm skipping the dialogue. Yeah, retry. I'm the blackened. I understand that. And yes, I know it's someone from Strawberry House, but I'm guessing women because you're telling me it's the deluxe room and we've already done this. Okay. The killer among us. So, we tried Gundam and it told me to fuck off. We tried Fuyuhiko, it told me to fuck off. We tried him and he had a discussion, it told me to fuck off. And we tried him. That's literally everyone. I guess we'll go Nagito again. Shocked, you think I'm the killer? For the sake of hope, that's what I'd like to say, but I don't intend to risk my life for the sake of a reserve coach student. Not Nagito. The deluxe room is the clue. All... We tried Gundam, he was the first person we guessed! What the fuck? Literally the first person we tried to bullet! He was the first person I guessed. I went, it's Gundam. I said it was Gundam, and they were like, fuck off, it's not Gundam, guess Nagito. Whatever. Alright, Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at Strawberry House. You were over there too. Oh, okay. He had a deluxe room. He couldn't hear the alarm. There we go. But I guessed Gundam first, and it said I was wrong. I wanna go look at the record. I swear to God, I guessed Gundam first as the most suspicious person. And the game was like, no, it's not Gundam. You have to guess Nagito. Fucking Christ. I was like, it can't be Gundam because I already guessed Gundam and the game told me it's not Gundam. I was like, Gundam's in a deluxe room and he shouldn't have rushed over there, and the game's like, no, it's not Gundam. Now it's telling me it's Gundam. Gods. Alright. I was like, it's Gundam. That makes sense. It's Gundam. I was like, well, it's either Nagita or Gundam. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the first person we guessed. In fact, I kind of want to find out right now. I'm a little bit annoyed. Let's go find out right now. We can check our Twitch VODs, right? We can look at Twitch history, I think. Let's try that. Mute my own stream. I don't want to see this. I don't want to hear this. Or can we not look at the history? I can't remember. Oh, that's YouTube where we do that. That's annoying. Whatever. Alright. Right. It's YouTube where we can check that. Whatever. I'll check that afterwards. I swear to God, the first person we pointed at, the first person I pointed at was him. Whatever. Right, it's YouTube. I can scroll back in my chat live. Alright. Or scroll back in the video live. Alright. The alarm clock rang at Strawberry House Lounge. You rushed over there too, right? Yes, you did. What's wrong with that? The bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night as the universe's providence to stop. Why were you able to hear it? Hear what? I mean, you were also staying in deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house at the same floor and he couldn't hear it. So why were you able to hear the alarm? Now that you mentioned it. Gundam? Oh dear. There's only one possibility: you weren't in your room at the time. That's why. Even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you went to the lounge, am I right? Gundam, have some sort of explanation, right? Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. After you saw Mechamaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while, am I correct? Until the moment the alarm started ringing, right? You were in the lounge for that long. The killer who left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back. No, the Mechamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest. The killer still needs to prepare the murder in advance. Like putting Mechamaru in sleep mode and tying with the wire. Yep. In order to do that, the killer needs to be waiting for Mechamaru at the tower. Yep. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Mechamaru, the killer was already at the tower. And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. In their original plan, the killer should have returned to the room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they're supposed to stay in the room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge. Ooh, yes.
そのまま自分が部屋にいたことの証明になる。
Means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
今の私たちのように
Just like us.
もしラウンジの2人が部屋まで様子を見に来てくれたらそっちの方がベストなんだろうけどね。
Best case scenario would have been if those in the lounge went to check the deluxe
だって
room.
部屋で自分に寝ている姿を見せられればさらに強固な印象のアリバイが完成するわ。
After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in the room, it gives the killer a strong alibi.
ただ残念ながらそのアリバイ工作は失敗。
Fortunately, they failed to secure that alibi
俺がラウンジにいたせいで
because I was in the lounge.
そして犯人は部屋に戻る機会を失ったままラウンジのアラームを聞くことになってしまって。
So the killer couldn't go back to the room and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm. Hey, what are you doing? This rock is louder than the supreme rule of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all sorts of noise so suddenly.
でもどうして出てったんだ。
Why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement calmed down.
隠れてればいいじゃねえか。
その間に2人が田中君の部屋に様子を見に行ったら部屋にいないことがバレちゃうじゃん。
If Gundam tried to hide and those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. You know, he could have used the alarm as a distraction when the two idiots were looking at it and tried to make it. That might have been safer.
それは最悪の結果だよ。
Although he might have been seen anyway, it would have been
隠れたままってわけ。
theoretically would have secured his alibi if they didn't notice. Would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't stay hidden.
2人が部屋に確認に来てくれるのは
Or just, I don't know if staying on the third floor might have been just as risky. Those two had checked the deluxe room as planned. It would have been ideal.
皮
But
肉だね。クズリュウ君がいた時点でそれは最悪のアイディアに変わっちゃったんだよ。
the moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
田中さん、何かおっしゃっていただけませんか？
Please, can you at least say something?
そうか。俺様と破壊神暗黒四天王を合わせると耳の数はいくつになる。
Answer me this, including myself and my 4 dark devas of destruction, how many ears do we possess? Huh?
その回は10だ。そう。俺様には10の耳があるということになる。
The answer is 10, yes. That's right, I suppose I possess 10 ears.
常人の5倍の聴覚だ。あの部屋の防音設備などなきに等しい。
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
まさかそれが反論じゃないよな。
Is that your argument?
てめえは自分の置かれた状況が分かって
Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
慌てるな。本番はこれからなのだからな。
Do not panic, the truth shall now
あの
commence.
時、俺様はトイレに行こうと部屋から出て、そこでたまたまアラームの音を聞いてしまったのだ。
At the time I left my room to go to the bathroom, by coincidence I heard the alarm.
そう、たったそれだけのこと。世界はいつだって真
Still a bad coincidence if it's true, right? That's right, that's all it was. The world is always so
偶然
simple.
ってこと？さすがにタイミングが良すぎない？
You saying it was just a coincidence? The timing a little too perfect?
そのせいで疑われる結果になったのだ。むしろタイミングが悪かったと言うべきだろう。
And yet, being suspected by all you it seems, it was actually horrible timing on my part.
まだ粘るんだ。
Still holding out.
まあ認めなくたっていいけどね。どうせ投票は多数決で決まるんだし。
You don't have to admit it, we're gonna decide who the killer is with the majority vote
という
anyway.
わけで、さっさと投票を始めちゃわない？田中君が犯人なのは決まってるんだしさ。
Why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious Gundam's the killer.
ちょっと待てよ。
Hold on.
あのさ、日向君。
You know, Hajime,
こんな学級裁判も殺し合いもさ、
this class
そんな
trial,
ただ
this
の
killing,
前座でしかないんだよ。
like the opening act, you know?
学級裁判が前座ってどういう意味だよ？
What do you mean the class trial is just the opening
む
act?
しろ茶番って言った方がいいのかな。
Whoever should say it's a farce.
こんな茶番なんて
A boring
退
farce.
屈すぎてストレスがたまるよ。胃が穴だらけになってもおかしくないほど退屈だよ。
It's just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm painfully bored. I might develop stomach ulcers.
だからさ、僕が健康を害して倒れる前にさっさと終わらせちゃおうよ。
Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
やっぱり何かあったんだな。
You know, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? Hmm?
この事件の捜査途中からお前の様子は明らかにおかしくなった。
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even
一体
weirder.
何があったんだ。
What
お
happened?
前
Did
は
you
何かを知ったのか。
discover something?
まあそれは後のお楽
Let's
しみ
leave the fun for later and finish this opening act already.
また前座って言ったの？
Use that opening act again.
ちょっと待ってくだ
Hold
さ
on.
い。まだ田中さんの反論を聞いていないじゃないですか。
We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
でもすっかり黙り込んじゃってるよ。もう反論なんてないんじゃない？
Completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
田中さんってば。
Gundam?
貴様らの稚拙な推理に呆れ果て、声も出なかった。
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic
むしろ
assumption.
根本から否定しよう。貴様らの推理は最初から間違っている。
Uh-oh, he's dead. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
最初から？
Since the beginning?
貴様らの推理によると、
Based on your assumption.
俺様は4階のストロベリータワーで2台を吊るし上げ、次に1階マスカットタワーにフロアを移動させ、
I hung Mechamaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
そこから再びストロベリーハウスへと戻った後、ラウンジでアラームが鳴る場に立ち会ったのだったな。
From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct?
行ったり来たりで大忙しだが、そもそも両ハウス間の移動はどうするのだ。
Although going to and fro is busy enough as is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
そうか。連絡エレベーターは壊されてたんだったな。
I see, the contact elevator was broken.
確か犯人はマスカットハウスの制御パネルをいじり、連絡エレベーターを停止させたのだったな。
As I recall, the killer tampered with the grape house control panel which shut down the elevator. No, it was Strawberry House. It was Strawberry House, right?
しかも停止したエレベーターがあったのはマスカットハウス側だったはずだ。
Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the grape house side.
となれば最後に連絡エレベーターを使った人間はマスカットハウスで降りたということになる。
If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at grape
以
house.
上のことから犯人がマスカットハウスで連絡エレベーターを壊したのは疑いようのない事実。
For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact the killer destroyed the elevator at grape house.
それがどうしたんだよ。
What's wrong with that?
マスカットハウスでエレベーターを壊したらもうストロベリーハウスには戻ってこれねえって話だ。
If the elevator was broken at grape house, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
俺様はちゃんとストロベリーハウスにいたぞ。ラウンジでアラームが鳴った瞬間にも立ち会っている。
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing.
つまり貴様らの推理は間違っているということだ。
Which means your assumption is clearly wrong. Are you serious? Here I thought it was already decided.
思ったのに。
思い知ったか人間風情よ。この矛盾ばかりは打ち破れまい。
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction. That's wrong. When something's obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Alright. Make your argument. I'm not quite sure which of those I'm supposed to use.
連絡エレベーターは
The elevator
両ハウ
was
ス間の唯
the
一
only means of travel. Ooh, that seems wrong.
それが壊されている以上、
As long as the elevator was
貴
broken,
様らの推理は瓦解する。
your assumption collapses.
しかも連絡エレベーターは
The elevator was... Plus the elevator
マ
was
スカットハウスで壊されてたな。
broken at Gricko's.
犯人がストロベリーハウスに戻れないなら
Cannot return to Strawberry House.
その時ストロベリーハウスにいた俺
Since
様
I was at Strawberry House at the time,
一連の犯行が不可能
there's no question that following the crime is impossible.
共犯者でもいれば話は別なんだが。
But even different if they had an accomplice.
抜け道でもあればな。
いつまで幻想を語っている。もうやめにしないか。
Why don't we stop this already since it's impossible? Ooh. Obvious deflection. Yep, there's no contradiction I can't shoot through. Secret passageway.
両ハウス間の唯一の移動手段。
Wrong! There we go. None of the bullets look good because we were looking for one to absorb. Perfect.
連絡エレベーター以外にも2つのハウスを行き来する方法はあったはずだ。
Would have been another way to move between the houses without the elevators.
そんなものはない。
Such a method does not
だ
exist.
ったら実際にその方法を使ったやつに聞いてみるか？
Why don't we ask the person who actually used that method? Nagito. Nagito.
お前しかいない。お前だ。
Nagito, you should know.
何の話？
What are you talking
とぼ
about?
けるなよ。
Don't play dumb. You appeared suddenly that time because you used that method, right?
そこに現れたんだろ。
I showed up.
きっとストロベ
There's
リ
a
ー
secret
ハウス
passage connecting the first floor to the third floor.
抜け道があったんだ。そうなんだろ。
Isn't that right?
ああ、また予備学科なんかに活躍させちゃったか。
Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
でもそうだよ。
You're right, there's a door on the floor of the octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry Hill.
扉があったんだ。その扉を開けて下に降りてみるとね。
After I opened the door and went down,
なんとびっくり、マスカットハウス3階のモノクマ資料室に出たんだよ。
surprise, surprise, I ended up in the Monokuma archive on the third floor of Grape House.
3階と4階が実は繋がってたってことか。
Third floor and fourth floor actually
しか
connected.
も、ファイナルデッドルームを一度クリアすれば、何度でもそこを行き来していいんだってさ。
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
その抜け道を使ったと考えれば、2つのハウスを移動することはいくらでもできたはずだ。
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
インフィニティアンリミテッドフレイム。だが、犯人がファイナルデッドルームの存在を知らなかったとしたらどうなる？
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
知らなかったは
There's
ず
no way they
だ。
didn't know.
それは貴様の猜疑心が生み出した幻想に過ぎん。
Merely an illusion you fabricated from your own suspicion.
命が惜しければ、それ以上の詮索はやめておくことだ。
If you value your life, you should stop with your
や
scrutiny.
められるわけないだろ。
There's no way I can stop. What did you say?
あまり俺様を怒らせるな。
Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry.
骨が折れるんだよ。
Alright, Hulk. Rebuttal showdown. Wire, good night, tripped over, clock's alarm, radio clock, broken doorknob, wire. Wait, what? I don't actually know what to use here. Fuck it.
その空間的ワームホールを使えば、消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。だが脆いぞ。
Frail that I said.
仕切った幻想。邪神創造の糧としてくれようか。
I don't have any cuts left. Give me another sword. Give me another sword. His argument's exhausting.
その空間的ワームホールを使えば、消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。
I can't read the dialogue.
脆いぞ。貴様の腐敗しきった幻想。邪神創造の糧としてくれようか。
This argument's exhausting.
その空間
Seriously.
的ワームホールを使えば、消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。だが脆いぞ。貴様の腐敗しきった幻想。邪神創造の糧としてくれ。
Let me run another sword. Let me run another sword. Come on. Holy shit.
消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。だが脆いぞ。貴様の腐敗しきった幻想。邪神創造の糧としてくれようか。
Let me use another sword. Come on. Clock's alarm timer. Pillar. Fuck.
その空間的ワームホールを使えば、消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。だが脆いぞ。貴様の腐敗しきった幻想。邪神創造の糧としてくれようか。
I guess I didn't make it. I had cuts.
その空間
Fuck.
的ワームホールを使えば、消耗する混濁の箱がなくとも、多重世界を移動できたやもしれん。だが脆いぞ。貴様の腐敗しきった幻想。邪神創 想像の糧としてくれようか。
This argument is exhausting. Yeah, it is. They changed like the mechanics of how you cut for this. This is really annoying. Oh, I think I just lost that. Oh, no, I made it. Dual cross swords. They like radically change how you change swords. So you no longer swipe the direction the words are. You now swipe the direction they are from your weapon. That's really annoying. Okay. You don't want to try to maelstrom or blind confusion. At least pray, which try providing evidence that the killer went to the octagon. The wire. Killer went to the octagon because he's got the wire, right? Careful, he might use Ars Nova or any of the rigs. Yeah, that would kill us all. That'd be pretty bad. The wire used to trigger Mechamaru's body. The hammer looks like a weapon. The chain on the door. There are all items that weren't in the funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them? The only place I can think of is the octagon. There are various weapons there. I'm sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too. We actually didn't see chains, but alright. But the weapons being there are probably from the octagon, that's fair. We already checked the Monokuma room, which is the only other place they could have been there. They could have been. Those items were used in the crime. There's no doubt the killer went to the octagon. Ugh. That's because they obviously know about the secret passage too, right? Ugh. It seems this is the end.
いつもだったらここから日向くんが事件のまとめを長々と語っていくところだけど
Normally we'd end up listening to Hatsune lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
前座にこれ以上の時間を割くのももったいないし僕の方でサクッと終わらせちゃうね
There's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. I'm gonna end this right now. Oh, what are you?
まず田中君は建物内のすべての時計を狂わせることで二代君だけをおびき寄せようとしたんだ
First of all, with messing with
その時すでに連絡
the elevator was probably broken at that point. He's talking, he's not even letting me stop. Thanks to that, Mechamaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. He tried to go over to Strawberry Tower. Like when we did, we found the elevator was broken. It's obvious he'd attempted. At that time, he didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. The button at Strawberry Tower wasn't broken. He was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. Surprise, surprise, Gundam was waiting for Mechamaru's arrival. Hold on, if Mechamaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
確かに不確定要素の多い綱渡りな計画だけど別に失敗したって構わなかったはずだよ
That plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded.
しれっと次の朝を迎えてまた別の方法を考えればいいだけだからね
You could probably greet everyone next morning as if nothing happened and come up with a different plan.
それにそのくらいの綱渡りをしない限りは彼だけをおびき寄せることなんてできなかったはずだよ
Without such a risky plan, we wouldn't be able to lure him at all.
じゃあ事件のまとめを再開
I'm gonna continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Mechamaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with a robotic Mechamaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Mechamaru powerless without fighting him. Okay.
待て。貴様何と言った。戦わずしてたと。
Hold on. What did you say? That I didn't battle?
それはどうかした
What's wrong with that?
ふざけるなよ。
Don't mess with me.
ふざけるな。その言葉だけは捨ておけんぞ。
Don't mess with me. I can't ignore those words.
なんで急に怒ったのかな。
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
貴様ら分かっていない何も分かっていない
You fools do not understand. You don't understand at all.
笑えるぞこの後に及んでまだ何も分かっていないと
You make me laugh. After all this time, you don't understand anything at all. I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
どうやらまだ終われんようだ
It appears like cannot finish yet, just yet.
俺様はいずれ地獄に落ちるべき人間だろうだが今はまだ終われん
Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish! What do you intend to do?
決まっているだろう貴様らの幻想まみれの推理をぶち殺す
It's obvious I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
あるっていうのか。
You have more room to argue?
貴様らの言葉だ俺様が未来のお休み
Your words. You said I pressed Mechamaru's good night button.
だがあのスイッチは未来の首の後ろについていた
Clever.
それを押すには奴の背後に回り込まねばならぬ
That button was on the back of Mechamaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him. It's not easy to get the drop on Mechamaru.
犯人と1対1の状況となればなおさらかもね。
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
やはり脆いこの程度で簡単に瓦解するとは所詮はただの幻想に過ぎなかったか
As I thought, truly frail, succumbing so easily to this simple argument. A mere illusion.
俺様を犯人に仕立て上げたくはせめて人ぐらいは超えてほしい
You want to set me up as the killer? At least surpass your own human limitations.
それは違うぞ田中。
That's wrong, Gundam.
間違ってるのはやっぱりお前の方だ。
You're the one who's wrong. A wonderful line. I cannot say I'm satisfied.
まだ満たしたとは言えんな。いいか
Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat.
それを教えてやろう一つは圧倒的な力で有無を言わさず他者を蹂躙することそしてもう一つは
First, crush them with your own overwhelming power, and as for the other,
その人間を納得させるだけの理由を述べることだ
provide a reason that will persuade that human.
貴様はまだそのどちらも満たして
You have not fulfilled either yet. I guess I don't really want to admit it. Just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that leaves you no choice. Panic talk. Oh boy, here we go.
やらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれ枯れ落ちるナビでの予言のごとく砕けやらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれ枯れ落ちるナビでの予言のごとく砕け散れ死骸をさらせやらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれ枯れ落ちるナビでの予言のごとく砕けやらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれ枯れ落ちるナビでの予言のごとく砕け散れ裸キングダム
Oh crap, what is it? What is it? What is it? What's reload? Tab?
やらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれ枯れ落ちるナビでの予言のごとく砕けやらせません裸キングダムに栄
Okay, okay, going.
ナビでの予言のごとく砕け散れ
I should have infinite ammo for a little bit.
やらせません裸キングダムに栄光あれあの2台の背後だぞ
The 4 Dark Devas!
これで終わりだ。
What? What was the argument?
2台の背後を取らなくても首の後ろのスイッチを押すことはできた。
Ah, that's his argument. Okay. I didn't even know we were arguing because I couldn't read the dialogue. Even if you didn't get behind Mechamaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck.
お前が連れているハムスターたちの力があればな。
As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you. Ooh. Oh.
まさかハムスターを使って2台の首の後ろの
Are
スイ
you
ッ
saying?
チを押したっ
Are
て
you
の
seriously
か
saying you use the hamster to press the button on the back of Mechamaru's neck?
ハムスターには無理だろうけど。
Of course, impossible for a normal hamster, but possible for Gundam.
実際俺たちだってそれを目の当たりにしただろ。
In fact, we saw it with our very own eyes, right? That was the previous adversary. In accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierced through Supernova Silver Fox Santi. I was thinking the other one where they ran up and he was willing to have them run up and grab it. Ah, I pressed the button. Truly, the Skyline Lamentation are the Demon Mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
そういえば
I mentioned after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, he also had them go up and grab that. Yeah, that's what I thought the example was going to be. Gundam's handlers retrieved a piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck. How about it, Gundam? Alright. Not just myself. You actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it. You were winning with Sonya and you threw it away for what? It seems I've attained a one-way ticket to hell. I still don't agree that Mechamaru should be dead, but okay. Fine, you must trample me underfoot in advance. Victory can only be built on a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without a sacrifice anywhere. Trample this life. Trample as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands. Closing argument, start. Okay, finish it. Let's finish this. Damn, it's getting late. Alright. So, first things first, we have, I don't even know what's being depicted here. Who set the lounge clock alarm? None of those apply, okay. Who was in the lounge early morning? Nope. What time did Fuyuhiko see Mechamaru? Mechamaru's weakness is... The hamster press is his weakness. The wire wrapped around Mechamaru's feet. Killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? Okay. What was the fake weapon left at the tower? A huge hammer. Easy, easy. Okay, stock 2. Fuyuhiko can't sleep. What time did Fuyuhiko see our alarm survival? It's 2:40 a.m. right now. Who set the lounge clock's alarm? Not appropriate right now. What time did Fuyuhiko see Mechamaru? Oh, let's see. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? Who gathered at the lounge? Why did Mechamaru fall? Let's see. Heard the rumbling noise. Let's see. One more. Killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? Okay, it's that one. I wasn't sure if it was that one or another one. Alright. We're fine. What time did Fuyuhiko see Mechamaru? Maybe that one. We'll see. Killer destroyed what after leaving the hotel? No. What's this? Why did Mechamaru fall? Or the rumbling noise. Okay, it's not this one. Not any of these. It's gotta be these two. What time did it's that one? Okay, got it. You woke up at rumbling noise. Yeah, nice, nice. Got him indirectly said he wants to be stepped on. Indirectly, yes. I woke up at... We woke up at the rumbling noise. That makes sense. Okay. Last stock. Okay. Not much left. When you press the button to Great Fall. Why did Mechamaru fall? The doorknob came off. Seems good. The killer destroyed wood after leaving the tower. The door to Strawberry Hall. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. Pretty straightforward. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Mechamaru all by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the octagon in which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. The secret being Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. Act 2. On the morning of the incident, Mechamaru woke up and headed to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Mechamaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, it was only around 5 a.m., but by that point the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, he witnessed him at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Mechamaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. I like how they make him sound like he's like a basic 80s android or some shit. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Mechamaru was unable to go to Grape Tower, so he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. those last two images, fantastic. The killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Mechamaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him with a metal wire. Tied the tip of the wire to a loop and hung him on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure they used to kill Mechamaru. Mechamaru, rest in peace.
そしてオクタゴンの抜け道を使ってマスカットハウスへと移動した犯人は
Then they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House.
武道回廊へと向かい
After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button and opened the door to the tower.
するとエレベーターのようになっているタワーの床は下降を始め
When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Mechamaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire.
タワーの中に入って仕掛けがうまくいっていることを確認した犯人は
The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful.
床に凶器に見せかけるためのハンマーを置きマスカットタワーの奥の扉にチェーンを巻きつけた
They placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon and wrapped a chain around the back door.
いちご回廊からはタワーに入れないと誤認させみんなをストロベリータワーから遠ざけるための工作だ
This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. Why wouldn't you just undo the... whatever.
こうして全ての
With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to the room using the secret
自
passage.
分の客室に戻ろうとした2台が墜落死した
They wanted to craft an alibi so when Mechamaru died from the fall, they wouldn't be blamed.
でもそこで予想外の出来事
But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Mechamaru earlier, was still at the
まだラウ
lounge.
ンジに残ってたんだそのせいで犯人は客室に戻れなくなりそのままその瞬間は訪れてしまった
As a result, the killer couldn't return to the room with no options available. Time ran out.
5時30分実際には7時30分にセットされたラウンジの掛け時計のアラームが鳴り響き
Lounge's wall clock alarm began ringing at 5:30. Well, 7:30.
犯人は最
To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others.
クズ竜たちの前に姿を現す羽目になったんだそしてその掛け時計のアラームが鳴った時間は同時に2台が目覚める時間でもあった
When the wall's alarm clock rang, that was also the same time Mechamaru was waking up. He woke up when he was hanging upside down and couldn't help swaying his body powerfully.
そのせいで
Originally, the loop of the wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob.
だけの予定だったのが予想以上に激しい負荷がかかったせいで
Because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking.
そしてストロベリータワーの高さつまり4階から1階に向かって落下していった2台は
Mechamaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor, landing on an 8-foot tall pillar, so really it was 2 floor, but you know, that's fine. In fact, it should have been like a floor and a half. Damn! Those pillars do a lot of damage, I guess.
柱に
Why use RPG when you could use pillars?
頭部が破壊され死んでしまったんだ
He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact and
そこで
died.
2台が落ちた衝撃音はドッキリハウス中に響き渡った
The sound of Mechamaru's impact echoed through the funhouse.
ただこの時点で犯人の計画は崩れかけていたんだ
However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko.
つまりこの事件の犯人は豪華な客室にいたなら掛け時計のアラームが聞こえなかったはずの人物
I mean, the killer wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe
そ
room.
してラウンジにクズ竜がいたことで
They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. Yeah, pillars beat RPG. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you. Splendid. Splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
人間風情がなかなかやるではないか
Stop already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. I'll freaking kill you myself.
信じられません
Can't believe it.
こんな
I
の
can't
信
believe
じられませんあなたのような人が
you killed
未
Mechamaru.
来さんを
I can't believe it either, Sonia. I can't believe Gundam killed him by making him fall like a story and a half. Despite him being able to take RPGs to the face without even a scratch. Apparently, a rock is more dangerous.
そんなの私には信じられません
Can't believe something like
許せぬか
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret?
ならば終わらせてみせよ
Finish it. Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka. My beloved deadly foes, let the voting time begin. Well, there's the case. We actually did pretty okay until we got to that last bit of logic. Mess. B plus? Yep, B. The RPG isn't strong, RPG didn't kill him. It didn't kill him the first time, it didn't turn him to shreds. Yep, maybe, I guess. Probably should have killed him the first time instantly. This result isn't all that exciting. Now please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong? Pull the lever. Crap, I bit my tongue at the most important part. That awkward moment when you're speaking and bite your tongue. Ugh. Sorry, Monokuma. Alright. Apparently it's like bad video game physics. Falling damage obliterates anything past like 5 feet. You know how it is. Some games are really intense with that falling damage. It'd be bad if I hit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Mechamaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka. I said it all without biting my tongue. Okay. Now we've decided who the killer is. Let's do the execution already and get this over. Hold. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. We can't finish until we hear from Gundam. No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Oh, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to one who is lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say something. This is what I'd like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct? You said I made Mechamaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. What? Mechamaru did fight, that is no mistake. Because he fought, he lost and died. Lost and died? He was just trying to cling to life. There are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that. What do you mean? Explain. Fine, I shall reveal it all. Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Mechamaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Mechamaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Mechamaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. We had ourselves a stare down, and in that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death. A fight that risked life and death? He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. Huh? What? If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself. Nobody would know that the victim me was actually the one who planned the whole thing. Really? Did that? Sensing my subtle killing intent as expected of you, Mechamaru. The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I'd been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten about this. It's great! What a comforting atmosphere! That's a great line. And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me? I am the warlock Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, lords of darkness, even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your existence is an annoyance. Hey, you'll drench your soul with evil until the very end? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly attacks. Give me everything you've got. Mechamaru Nina, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire. What? Did you fight? We're all friends. Why wouldn't you stop it? Even if both sides agreed it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you. However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you die? There's nothing courageous about that. This is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. You tell us to wait till we starve to death. I'd rather have that happen than have our friends kill each other. Huh? You mean you'd rather die? Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone's been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. Nothing is born from resignation, that's simply a reason to give up. Giving up on life is an insult to life itself. Have you fools heard the term dog-eat-dog? Cannibalism? In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their life engage in cannibalism. That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself? If a world will consider that justice, then I will fight that will with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life. A violation of the natural order and arrogance of humanity. You say all that to justify what you did. It sounds like Mechamaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right? That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, I've already said I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I betrayed you all, and that is the absolute truth. Even so, isn't it a better alternative to slowly starving here? Belief is why you committed your crime. What about the final dead room? Did you do the fine Russian roulette too? Unlike Nagito, I did it once, but compared to my battle with Mechamaru, that was mere child's play. You know, after listening to you for a while, I'm starting to think, well, it's because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you'd ask such a foolish question. Who do you think I am? I'm Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools. Not in a million, billion, 10 billion years. And the name of pandemonium is impossible. Is that it? Well, I'll leave it at that. Be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin. You got it. I've prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. Wait, this is just too much. Please, Monokuma, help Gundam. Miss Sonia. Please, I beg of you. Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. It's fine to start for reals, right? I do not mind. However, what is it, my four dark devas? Are you worried about me? Oh, feared four dark devas of destruction. That's not like you at all. There is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now my duty is complete. I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
ないか。
Let us laugh uproariously.
田中ガンダムだ。俺様は最後まで俺様の邪悪を貫き通すぞ。
That is Gundam Tanaka. I shall stick with my evil until the very end.
開け黄泉の門よ。地獄を本物の地獄で満たしてくれるわ。
Open sesame, Pandemonium. I shall fill hell with true hell. Open sesame is not quite what I would use for Hirake, but okay. Open sesame is a little bit too lighthearted for him. I would have said like open wide Pandemonium, I shall fill hell with true hell, but you know, or something like that. Open sesame is a little bit too upbeat for someone who's edgy as fuck, but okay. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Let's go. Oh, shake time. Seriously, open sesame. Gumshanaka Stampede, Ultimate Breeder. Alright. I'm worried about the hamsters, man. Those poor Dark Divas. Oh, good. Nice, nice, nice. R.I.P. in peace. Gundam. But what of the 4 Dark Devas? Gundam. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words linger deep in our chest. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? What's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that. I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something. Y'all spent so much time worrying about it. Thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of them. Biggest piece of shit is me. Oh, am I so weak? Downer, clearly. Still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best. You're right. This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not, Gundam will likely crawl his way out of hell. I presume he'll be very cross with us. Yeah, right. You're right. Shouldn't stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who've died, we need to finish this once and for all, so don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that. Well, that was quite the sad death. Gundam, perhaps deciding to save everyone from starvation. Choosing to go out killing someone instead so that the rest can escape. Or perhaps thinking, worst case scenario, everyone lives. Everyone but him lives, and best case scenario, he lives. Either way, if you have to kill someone to get out, it's probably better. Then at least you have an excuse to say you're doing it for other people. I'd like to continue this, but it's gotten quite late, so we're going to have to finish this up. Yeah, it's kind of suicide. We have to finish this up next time.